It's Friday. That is not Harry Styles. That is not a... I actually don't know much about that artist, I'll be honest with you. I don't know too much about them. I also... We're opening the wrong scene here because Grawb is not quite here. Hi, everybody. It's me. It's Stadies. We've got a Quinn. We've got a ReviveMichael for the first time on camera. On my camera. He's often on his own camera. You should probably already be following Michael. You all know who ReviveMichael is, right? This is not your first rodeo. You've been here.
No, it is not my first rodeo, but I've never been here before. ReviveMichael everywhere. Nearly everywhere.
He's covered in non-merch. These are things that his partner made for him, which is unfortunate because, I mean, they look nice. Who would not want to buy them? They're really classy.
Maybe one day. I will give credit real quick. This was made by someone in my community who makes cups. If anyone's interested, let me know. The Resin With Me Crafts LLC. These thermos cups are amazing. So.
Heck yeah.
Kills you.
We need
Okay,
it.
I'm popping out. Sorry, chat. I can see y'all now. I forgot to talk chat.
There's a hype train?
Definitely get like.
hype.
Thank you, everybody.
Dad deserves
for
all the hype.
a lot of subs. We had this talk today. I scolded Echo about hyping me on his stream. It's not allowed. It's not how dads work. You don't like. It's my job to prop you all up.
Dads deserve hype.
Until
dads deserve a lot of hype.
Dads deserve hype, yo.
I mean. It's almost like every time I push back on this, it backfires.
Oh my gosh.
I just bought my microphone.
Hey, Ara.
Rin, it seems like you really like getting those fireworks, and you figured out exactly how to get them.
The fireworks are really good.
To be fair, Rin, your photo with the hair looks really awesome with the fireworks, so we stand. That's pretty good. Thank you very much for that gift sub. That Tide Trader, it's always nice. I really like it. I mean, gift subs I really appreciate no matter what, obviously, but like it always makes me happy when a random gift sub bomb drops on someone who's in the stream all the time. And so there's someone who gets to enjoy the emotes. They're going to be around to play with them. We know who they are. It's not a bot. It could be because I spend a lot of time banning every bot when they come in here. I ban every fucking bot. I ban them all.
Hi, Chris.
Scorched Earth campaign against bots. Hi, Chris. We got Chris and Z and Rin and Arya. I'm scrolling. Z. Tofu, Team Stream, Apparent Apparition. Did I say hi to Z? I'll say hi to Z twice. Z, Yuki. Thank you, Yuki, for that sub. I saw that. Algo for that sub. Hello. Hello. Yes, the opening song. Thank you for the bits. Revive. You're very always come in with those bits. And you can't ever expect it. ReviveMichael's hiding.
That's how I
hiding in the bushes. Hides in the bushes, jumps out and hits you with bits.
I'm always giving people bits.
That ninja power. Theda's Anvil is not a bot, though. Theda's Anvil is something different. Theda's Anvil is something different.
Ooh. I like it.
Yeah, it's a mystery. It's definitely.
The Santa hats are amazing.
Aren't they really great?
Set that up.
That's really good. That's all stream elements. I can't take credit for that. Like the one thing I use stream elements for is two things. I guess they're technically my tip jar now because fuck Streamlabs, but also like the whole emote explosion thing. They just solved that for me with a single layer. And there's a little checkbox you put. It says put festive holiday hats on your emotes. I was like, well, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna accept that checkbox.
So cute. I was just telling, like, I've always loved how technically savvy you were with stream. I'm like, Thades knows his stuff. And I in the past was like, I think I was a little shy about it. I was like, I think I need to reach out to Thades for some help because I got it covered on the baseline of things, but I'm definitely not the best at all when it comes to streaming. And you have some amazing stuff.
Oh, thank you. You flatter me.
I'm just always so impressed by it.
I need this after fighting with literally 1,000 buttons. I wasn't lying about that. You'll see that in my Discord today, fam. I was complaining about this shit. A patch that a new version Elgato pushed because they dropped a new Stream Deck, which has some dials on it, and I don't want a Stream Deck with physical dials on it. Maybe you do if you like the twisty faders. They're the best faders on the market that are not sliders, but I wanted sliders, and sliders cost a fortune, so I got the cheapest sliders on the market, which they get the job done. But all of that is to say that they pushed this update forward anyway, and it did make the Stream Deck prettier. Like, I don't know what they did. They must have changed something really low down to the bare metal. Like, they doing some ASM shit up in there, but it also means that while the fonts look prettier, it reset them all. So I had to touch every button. The fonts were all reduced to size 9, like the minimum they can be. They lost all their formatting, and then every button has 2 states, and the second state lost its text. So I had to go to every button out of 1,000 buttons. I shouldn't have done that math. It's really depressing. I did 1,000 buttons. I had to copy the text from one state to another, and then increase the font size. And the best part is, to increase the font size, you can't just click and put a number. And you can't copy because it won't port the settings. I had to click the little up arrow, the tiny little up arrow, 5 to 7 times for each panel. For each state, for each button, for each page. So it was 1,000 buttons. I'm not going to do this math. Don't do this math for me, please. It's 1,000 buttons. It's actually more than 1,000 buttons, but 1,000 buttons times average 14 clicks per button. That's how many times I clicked over 6 hours to fix this shit.
Oh my gosh.
It is fixed.
Hey.
It is fixed. And it's good. I mean, Stream Decks are really great. If you get a Stream Deck, get a small one. Because it's really nice to be able to. Like,
I have a tiny one.
I have a small Stream
Look
Deck.
at here's mine.
Yay.
Here's mine little
it's
mini
so
one. Right
good.
Here.
It's really great. It's all you need. You don't.
It's legit. It is.
You don't need this bullshit.
All you need.
Don't do this to yourself.
Dad has like 2 decks.
You know, if I will say this, especially because I was so new and I still am very new to streaming, but you have so many different pages. Oh, Raiders! I'll be quiet for a second.
Yeah, okay. the people get how know it works.
No,
they know.
No worries. I was just gonna say that you have different pages that you can go to in here, so you can just keep the inner loop on here. So I feel like when you first start looking at it, you're like, oh, I only get 6 buttons. That's not enough. But the thing is, you could put a button inside of a button.
You sure can.
Honestly, the calculation of whatever that is.
Clubs.
There's a bunch of buttons.
Clubs. It is literally 1:30 where you are. Real talk. I invited Clubs to join us tonight, forgetting that it'd be 1 in the morning. His time is in the UK. Clubs, you should be in bed, good sir.
Clubs. It is. Yeah.
I'm always
Clubs,
in
I love
streams.
You.
I'm always lurking.
Me too. I'm always in
streams.
Club streams. So Clubs fam, no doubt you're all following Clubs. But we'll shout out the Clubs anyway. He's been working on speedrunning Final Fantasy VIII, which I learned to speedrun 2/3 of Final Fantasy IV, and it's good. It's fun, and it's too much for me. It's huge. It's a huge game, and 8 is like what 5 times the size. Like I didn't even know what the best runtime is. Is it like 6 hours, 8 hours to like a good. Like I don't know what a respectable run is, but the record's like it's not a small number of hours. So I feel it. I feel it in the wind.
Oh wow.
Y'all.
Hello.
That? I smell success.
It's the Grawb.
God,
Hello?
Michael is
I'm here.
Holy shit! What a surprise for me!
Did you see this coming?
No one told. I didn't know. Incredible.
Oh god, I didn't actually put it in the chat.
honored.
So yeah, Grawb you. I didn't tell Quinn either. So surprise! I got ReviveMichael.
Awesome. Fuck
What is
yeah.
up to my biggest raider ever. Grawb's been raiding me for the last month, and I feel so bad. Thank you so much for.
Why do you feel bad? Is my community giving you trouble?
Of course not. I've never. You're the best. You have an amazing community, but it's just like I was the one always raiding you, and now you're raiding me.
Yeah,
It's just...
because of how the way that time works. You know, like you can't raid when I'm not. And I could raid you because you know what I mean? Like, it's how time works. I don't think you should feel bad.
Yeah, it is the nature of it.
works.
Yeah.
Thank you for explaining.
Like, I never get to raid Thades, but Thades will send me a raid, and it's like it's the way time works.
I mean, it works both
Thades
ways.
if the roles were
Me
reversed.
too,
If we were on opposite coasts.
Right. Me too.
How do we set that up?
Is Club talking to me to stream earlier or to the Grawb?
Grawb, I think.
And consumed.
Because Grawb streams after I end, and so it's like 3 or 4 in the morning Club's time. Like it's just impossible for Clubs to see Grawb stream. It's just
I'm
not
pretty
a
late
possibility.
too.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about starting a weekend stream and taking out one of the weekday streams and then doing a weekend stream earlier in the day and doing longer, but I don't know yet. Once I get more settled in this life.
Yeah, in this life.
I stream so late. I stream 9 p.m. Central.
I stream at 11 a.m. No, I'm lying to you. It's like 11:30.
It's always 11:30. But if he says 11:30,
11
it will
a.m.
become
so early,
noon. So you have to be
11:30.
careful. Like Quinn, you should not control the announcements just to go live. And then you
No, I
tell who
shouldn't.
controls the announcements. I'm going live at 11, and that person will be like, uh-huh. And then they'll announce you for 11:30. So you'll be 5
11:30.
minutes early every time.
Exactly. That's the bubble.
I
Like,
figured
that's
it
the
out.
move.
I figured it out.
Yeah.
People get it.
I love the day streamers though. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there. I was
Oh
just
no,
gonna say,
it literally happens all the time.
yeah,
It's just
I was gonna say
Wait.
I love the day streamers for me because I'm working and I'm legitimately when I'm working, I'm right here. This is where streaming is done. This is where my job is done. So it's so useful for me when the day streamers are here because I get to like interact with them more versus like the 5 o'clock streamers is like when I'm off work, so I'm like away from the computer. So I'm more lurking those people, but and then in the evening, like I'm online, so I can only support from afar. Like I always stream the same days Grawb streams. So
yeah,
but I do my best to support all of you. I promise. It's all my biggest effort.
Yes,
it's
I
really okay.
Yeah.
Like,
it doesn't.
We are all only one person.
Sure.
I mean, maybe I'm just speaking for myself here, but
I mean, I'm like 9 people,
Grawb,
but it still doesn't help.
Yeah.
no.
Grab the room. How's the move? How's it been?
It's coming together. I don't have any like decorations or furniture yet, so I have lights and a leg lamp, and then my internet modem.
All that matters.
But so I've just replaced decoration with lights. But
Homie has nothing in there, and it still looks better than my room. Like, what is
no,
going
you
on?
got cool posters.
I like
and
your
stuff.
posters.
Yeah, posters are
Thank
great.
you. I'm a hip hop fanatic, so you know I gotta represent out
Heck
here.
yeah.
Now,
Thank you.
I do have a question. Are those all posters that you've accumulated throughout time, or did you
Yeah.
buy a bunch of posters to decorate the stream room?
I've had some of these since my freshman year of college.
Hell yeah!
So
Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah. And what was really nice, my college did is they actually did poster sales at the beginning of the year every year. So I would get like a few more every year, and they just accumulated. And I've ordered like a couple, but I'm a huge Kendrick Lamar fan, so that's who you're going to see a lot behind me, and a big J. Cole fan. As long as there's some Logic, and then I like oldies a lot. So like this is all like old school hip hop artists, 90s. Snoop Dogg and Tupac are right here, and then like above me. Yeah, Snoop's there. And then there's like Biggie up top. There's a lot of, and there's Tribe Called Quest right here. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
You're so much cooler than me.
I mean,
Not
me
even
too.
close.
Yeah, no, I literally bought what in the shot did I not buy for the stream decorations? So this was bought not by me, but for the stream decorations. It was a gift. This stuff up here was all for stream decoration times. I didn't buy the shield. It's actually a cutting board that I hung on the wall because it looks good. And those 3 things I bought just to decorate that wall because it was empty. Yeah, that microphone in the back was originally part of the broadcast. Yeah, that little purple octopus was made. All those books next to it are for the book club, which I bought for stream. Yeah,
I love your background, Dades.
50%.
It's giving me retro vibes for some reason.
Thank
Even though I don't know if there's anything retro behind there, but it just does.
There's some
and I
second
love retro
edition,
themes, so.
second edition D&D books in there. Does that count?
Ooh.
Wouldn't it might just also be all the pixelation, everything around his webcam as well? That's also feeding into the
maybe.
retro.
Yeah, maybe if you can't draw, just do your best and then use the pixelate filter, and it looks like you did it on purpose. And then if you build your entire stream around it, when shit actually breaks, everyone thinks it's on purpose. They think it's part of the brand. So things are glitchy or delayed or something. They're like, oh, it's just 80 streams glitchy. That's so interesting and consistent. How consistent his theming is. That's right. It's definitely that, and not because shit's broken
What a
as
fun
hell.
choice that he's making to do this on purpose.
It is.
Of course.
Thank you for supporting my illusion. It's really good. I'm standing you.
Really quick, before we talk about whatever I interrupted by joining, you have Captain America behind you, and you play so much XCOM.
That's true.
Have you heard of or played the new Firaxis game?
I've heard. Oh yeah, I've been watching it very closely. I'm going to give it a couple of weeks. I want to see what certain reviewers and people think of it, and then let it get a couple of patches in. I'm not going to. This one, I'm not going to buy at launch. If it had XCOM written on it, I would have pre-ordered it and been frothing at the mouth for it, and would have canceled my whole universe to play it first day it launched. But yes, I mean, it looks like it might be interesting. But
I've heard. I've heard that it's good. I heard it's like good. I heard that the story line is a little nonsensical, but like
it's Marvel.
The
It's fine.
like the overarching story, but like the individual like stories you have, because you have like it's like all like kind of XCOM-y, but then it's also like it's XCOM meets Slay the Spire, and then is like you go back to your base and you like go. I don't want to say go on dates. It's not a dating simulator, but like you hang out with heroes.
You cultivate relationships
so, like,
with the heroes in the base.
I got was like one of the a podcast I listened to. They were talking about they just went fishing with Blade, and then Blade was talking about how he doesn't like vampire movies, but he likes the vampire movie with the sparkly vampire because that's like really fiction. But he was still rooting for the werewolves, and I was like, "What the hell is this game? It sounds hilarious. It sounds like a lot of fun."
Yeah, I guess it sounds.
What game is this? I'm so out of the loop.
It's called Marvel Midnight Suns, and it's like you play as superheroes, and it's like a real-time strategy game. But each hero has like a deck of cards, and you use. So it's like a deck building, real-time strategy, and apparently, like after you get past the beginning stages of the game, like it's like. It pops off in a real way.
Interesting.
So a lot of people are like, "Oh, Firaxis doesn't just do XCOM. They can make some games."
I mean,
like,
it came down to but they didn't know that yet. So they got approached by Marvel, like when they can't and won't say this, but they were obviously in development for XCOM 3. Like they're obviously baking that thing. I mean, the Firaxis' whole thing is they make a new civ every few years, and it's like, you know, the same thing with some iterations of the new designer and you know, a beefed up layer of paint, and it's always fun. A lot of people buy it. It's kind of like their FIFA. You know, they re-release it on the regular, just a new version. So they're going to do that with XCOM for shit. Sure, why wouldn't they? But so they get tackled in the middle of it by Marvel, and they're like, hey. Will you make a tactical game? Because that's the one thing we don't really have, and that's what you do. And they were like, well, we do a Marvel game? Yeah, we'll try. And so they made XCOM with superheroes. And quote the lead designer, Jake Solomon, hallowed be his name, it sucked. It was really awful because watching Captain America miss a shield throw is just stupid. He won't miss. He's a fucking superhero. And so this is how we make this interesting where they can still fail, but they're not going to miss. And that's where the card system came in. They made it up from whole cloth so that, you know, if you have the card, they're going to fucking hit. But, you know, how tired are they? What do they have available? Like, that's the question. And so they completely made up a new tactical idea, and that's where it all came from. So it sounds
like
good.
This card thing. I'm not digging the cards.
I love deck builders. I love dice builders. I love random chance.
Yeah, I have really liked them.
Here. You know what? What am I talking about? I've never actually played them. It's just I feel like I'd rather be using buttons and my controller or my keyboard to be fighting as Iron Man than a card. But like I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be so quick to judge because I've never actually played anything like a deck builder. So
I mean, Slay the Spire is cheap. Even? It's really accessible.
It's so good.
It's really, really fun. It's really fun.
Try it with Slay the Spider.
Slay the Spider.
Slay the Spider.
Spider. I mean, Slay the Spider. We'll find it before you finish typing it. Yeah. But yeah. Are there spiders in Slay the Spire? I don't think there's a single spider now that I'm thinking on it. Is there?
I can't.
I don't think there is. I think I can't remember. What an interesting choice. It's like that's the monster most designers go for. So to not put a spider in the game feels like that's the bold choice, which is really smart because a lot of people are afraid of spiders. Don't put them in there.
Oh yeah, apparent apparition. I wasn't even thinking of like the Hearthstones and shit like that. I'm not so much into that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, Hearthstone. I mean, when it's like
a game, it's just like a game that you buy once and you have the game. And then the random cards that you can build your deck around are like a strategy and not like a money sink. They can be very, very good. I enjoy them a lot.
Slay the Spire's jungle mod adds lions and spiders.
But that's it.
Well, there you go.
Hey, Fraggy.
Almost there then.
Fraggy.
He's a Fraggy. Fraggy sold
what's great about
art today. Sorry, Michael.
Oh, congrats!
She like went to an art show and put up prints of her drawings and made some money on it.
Get that money.
Recouped losses and got some stuff.
You know what's so great about all of you? You've all corrected how I've been saying everybody's name. I thought it was small CC.
We
I didn't know it was.
Sometimes people don't
I
correct
thought that
you when their name is
forever.
wrong.
Like,
Sassy,
and I'll say
then,
Sassy still to this day, and I still for a second I'm like, oh, did I say it right? Like, it
and
looks
then
like CC to me.
Fraggy is Fraggy.
Yeah, it's
Fraggy.
Fraggy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Reading 100 out here. Congratulations, Fraggy, on selling art.
$150 worth of art. Let's go.
Wow, that's like that's a good
insane.
fucking amount of money. That's great.
Right?
Yeah.
How
That's so
many
amazing.
arts is that?
How many? If we
That
have
is-
$150 worth of art, how many? What is X plus Y?
Right?
It's a good number. I'm not doing any more math today. We're done with the math. Michael, you have a Stream Deck, right? Grawb?
Stream Deck.
Grawb. Yeah.
Which one of yeah.
Sorry, that's gonna take some getting used
Because
to.
I already told. You're late. You're late. I already
know,
showed
I'm
my
the
Stream
late
Deck.
one.
Grawb and
I already
Revy.
showed
None of
my
us
Stream
have
Deck.
jobs.
Jesus.
Yes, I do have a Stream Deck.
So, did you download the update recently and push it? So Elgato has a Stream Deck update this week.
An update this week? No, I didn't.
I want to be the one to caution you about this then, because it took me 6 hours to fix what it did to my Stream Decks.
Oh no!
So you know how every button has two.
Is this gonna happen to mine?
Every
then?
button
Or
has
just
two
the big
states, right? Just about every button. If it's like a toggle for a scene or a source or whatever, it's like on and off. And there are certain ways it will share the text between the two and like dim the label, but strictly speaking, it's the deck helping you, and there's two states. Each one has its own text, its own font selection and size. As soon as I pushed the update to my Stream Decks, it blew away the text for the second state for all buttons, gone. The first button still had the text, but it was reduced to minimum font size. So tiny I couldn't read it.
Sick.
I had to touch every button to increase the font size and then copy the text to the second panel and then increase the font size again for every button.
Wild.
Sick.
I tried
None of my
re-rolling.
buttons are that complicated, so
Yeah,
I'm
well,
not stressing about it.
Mine were very
I just have to
complicated.
increase the font size.
I have over 1,000 buttons, Michael. I made some mistakes.
1,000 buttons.
I did the math. Yeah, it's yes.
What?
That's so.
How do you
Okay.
even? What did? I don't even. You have to think of 1,000 things.
It's all the cool
So
things
I-
that make
it's-
the stream go.
It's a cancer. So it kind of grows into it, right? The multiplexing. And so like, here's the good example is that, in order to control the fact that people pop in and out of stream for collaborations and the nameplates will move around, I wanted a quick way to do that. So I have this whole sub menu. And each of these sub menus is its own menu. And so each of these leads into, so this one here is, so these right here are the three guests. That's the mode we're in right now. This is Quinn's camera. You can see that Quinn's nameplate is on because it's the highlighted one. But all these other buttons can toggle on everyone else's stuff. So I can quickly make Quinn into Grawb or Gabraham or Wishing or whoever it is very fast. And if it's Ceci, I can turn on Ceci's special LUT, which brings back the color in her skin, right? Because otherwise she's washed out because of the way Discord does to her video feed. So there's several modes for that. There's duet and there's that. And so there's one entire each of those is a nested thing, and you add those buttons up. And then, fortunately, this is only one deep, but this just controls all the cameras in the active camera layer. This is the major culprit is all of my dance scenes. Every one of these is a different scene that stacks with other scenes, and they're all nested. But fortunately, most of them are controlled by buttons. Otherwise, this would be worse. And then there's like the starting sequence.
Not controlled by buttons. What do you need the Stream Deck buttons for?
So to start the stream, each of these is a scene, and there's like the ramp up that gives the flashing lights warning, and then starts whatever song I hit, which then sets up the plate that tells you who the song is by, which I can turn off. That's right here, and then this multi-action here. Each of these. That's not that bad. I don't actually use this panel, so I didn't fix them. So you can deduct this from the total number of buttons I had to fix. That's the old, like, we all dance together 4cam, which I don't make you do anymore because they all broke. Because Discord made a change that changed the locations of cameras. I'm like, you know what? I'm okay dancing by myself. And it's fine. It's fine.
Dance in spirit.
I knew you would. I knew you would. So rather than dive into other menus, every menu has like at least one or two sub menus inside of it, and they all expand into pages. And that was the basically the and I didn't do it overnight. Like every so often I added more buttons, like adding buttons for the 4 panel and then deciding I wanted to have 5 more. These used to live under the camera menu and I had to move them out because, you know, I got more buttons to control the different modes for this panel controls this scene we're sitting on right now. And so if there are different numbers of guests at the bottom, I could bring those up this way.
I gotta go check my potato.
Get your potato. ReviveMichael has a potato in it.
I missed something critical for that to make sense to me.
The potato or this? Don't worry about this. I have considered
the potato.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And I mean, holy smokes!
It's just
that is a lot of
it's a lot of buttons.
That's a lot of buttons.
It's the way my brain works. I think I'm used to. Well, the best example I have that's maybe more graspable. Have you ever played any MMOs?
Yeah. Your shit does look like people's screens in Warcraft where there's a million buttons. That also, I feel like,
that's
it's stressed me out.
It's very similar, yeah. So I played a lot of World of Warcraft as a healer and a tank, and a lot of those would have button rotations that would get up to like 12 or 13 buttons. You had to kind of remember. But the killing blow for MMOs for me was Star Wars: The Old Republic, where I played a dual-wielding sworded lightsaber Jedi called a Sentinel, and it was the DPS Jedi, and the rotation to hit all of the buttons you had to hit this rapidly growing and like moving sequence was a maximum of 24. It was 24 keys, and I had to hit them. It was like 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 3 4 1 2 1 2 5 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 5, and I had to know that sequence, and it grew out to all 24 buttons, and I had them on the mouse and the thing, and I could do it, and that meant I was like pulling 35% of the damage for a 10-person raid. Like I was doing more damage than everyone else by a country mile. And 2, that's a lot of brain space I committed to that game in order to memorize that button sequence. And maybe I could have learned an instrument or a language instead. Anyway, I don't play MMOs anymore, and I don't learn languages either. I just did this to the stream decks. So now you. Thank you for coming to mind.
The carpal tunnel syndrome must have kicked in so hard.
I did. That's why I use a vertical mouse now because of that. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I bet. I fucking bet.
Yeah. I don't actually. So it was a period of time. This is now what Infodumping's like this sometimes. We have a topic. We'll get to it. So I lost feeling in 3 fingers on this hand, and it wasn't because of MMOs. It was because of Diablo 3. Just clicking down a lot. You do that. You do it a lot. I lost feeling in those fingers. I was like,
Diablo 4 comes out when you lose feeling in 4 fingers.
It's gonna die. It's gonna lose. No, not permanently. It came back, and so like I went to all sorts of specialists about it and stuff, and they're like, you have two solutions. One, whatever you're doing that caused it, stop, and then use a brace on your wrist, especially when you sleep, because when it's bending, there's a lot of pressure that's exerted on that nerve. That's what causes that to get out there. It gets pinched, but it's fixable. And I said, what would really fix it permanently? We could do surgery, but it's a long recovery and it's not guaranteed to work. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to do that. So I guess I'll just try to fix it this way so I don't have to live with not feeling my fingers. What they won't tell you, which is frustrating in the American health system, is that if you work out a fuck ton and get stronger wrists and arms, it will go away. And that's what I did. I lift the weights and do the push-ups and stuff, and that actually fixed it permanently. But I'm just kind of attached to the vertical mouse. Maybe it was just the
time away from Diablo.
It could be the time where I still play Diablo. I just use the vertical mouse instead now.
They're like, hey man, what are you training for? You got a competition coming up? Diablo.
Yeah, Diablo's gonna launch. Yeah.
Okay.
Just a high level vortex, the dungeon, whatever the fuck they call the end game stuff that I don't remember anymore. Just a really high level one of those.
Look, I'm not saying mistakes weren't made in essentially everything we discovered tonight. I think, I was actually thinking about what it would take for me to redo everything, like just to start from scratch. I haven't ported OBS 28 yet, and maybe when I do it, I'll just set up a clean slate and start moving into it. And I can still run my show from 27 because it's totally fine and all my shit works. And I'll start up a second profile and redo everything so it's not a giant stacked spaghetti mess. And I keep
your
dreaming
OBS
about
gives
that.
me so much anxiety.
I
Thinking about your OBS gives me so much
Oh my
anxiety.
god!
I have it all.
I can't even with the stream deck. I can't even imagine what OBS.
Well,
looks like.
I'm so sorry because Michael Grawb asked, so we're going to go there. Here's my OBS.
Oh
and
my gosh.
there
I
are...
literally did the opposite of ask. I said so specifically.
Look away, Grawb. Look away. It's safer to look away.
I cannot. I have watched so much of your streams. I cannot imagine what you are doing with 400 scenes and 1,000 buttons.
Why are you an encyclopedia? You're an encyclopedia.
So
right?
I have all. I know what all this shit does, and a lot of it is still leverage. So actually, this section right here, from here. I broke it. I broke it. We're back. So it's everything from here
into your OBS scenes.
Here down. This is all trash. That's like what like 27 scenes I could delete, which is pretty good. I should probably do that. Frankly, I think I've parted ways with the guest dance stuff. And the rest of this stuff is mostly like there are starting screens. There are all of these, instead of using source mirrors, I have different nests for different cameras, and the cameras have different filters on them, or permutations on filters, or stacks of filters, or different sources that I want under different circumstances, because I want transitions, like OBS transitions, to happen instead of source transitions. And a lot of these were built before source transitions were a thing. And so if I build the new thing, I can use source transitions in a lot of places and probably reduce this by like an order of magnitude. I might really reduce the amount of...
Okay.
But I did a lot of this stuff before any of that was available. When I was 2 years ago and all this shit was like up and working, right? Like 200 scenes, and I was using all this stuff for different reasons. All of it. So yeah, don't do it this way. Don't do it this way.
If I took every stream I've ever done these past 2 odd years that I've been streaming, and each day was in a different scene on your OBS, I would not be at the bottom of the list.
It's my hobby.
I think mathematically I think it holds up.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately probably right about that.
I think I have like 6.
You only need 6 if you're I mean, unless you're like the literal fucking sushi dragon, Nutty, or this idiot, you don't need all this stuff. You don't. It's fine. You can get by. In fact, I think Nutty has 60 scenes, which is much more reasonable.
I was gonna say, like, oh my god, I think I've seen Nutty's OBS because I've lurked his stream on occasion just to like see what he's up to. Good lord, he's got a lot going on.
He sure does. But it's impressive. Also it's like his full-time job, and I do this. I moonlight as this. So like if I full-time jobbed it,
yeah, I mean exactly.
I already
would have like
Elgato
partnership and stuff. Like
I wish they wouldn't partner with me. If they saw what I was doing with it, they'd be like, "Shit, stay away from our stuff. We don't want people to see it breaking like this."
You're gonna explode it. Please don't.
I don't have a relationship with them, but for a while I was being DM'd by developers from Stream Deck developers because I had run into some bugs and was helping them. I messaged them and said, "This is fucked." It was like 2 versions ago. And I showed them the bug I was having and how to reproduce it. And they're like, "That's great." And I said, "What can I give you? Do you want like, DX diags? Do you want event logs? Do you like, what can I capture? Can I run a debug mode? Look, I've been a developer for 20 years. I'm not your average noob cake running a stream. I can help you. Tell me what you can and I'll get you moving." And they gave me a debug build and they asked me some questions. And I think I helped them fix 1 out of a number of bugs, but it was not even the one I wanted fixed. I wanted copy paste is still fucking broken on the stream decks. I'm feeling pretty bad.
Elgato sponsor Thades or hire him.
Why do they not sponsor you?
I mean, why would they? I did it for free.
Reach out.
I've been like, yo. I mean, I don't
They're
have
really
enough.
bad at that. I reached out on behalf of the company I work for because we have 9 or 10 streams going all the time. All of them use stream decks. All of them use the Epic Cam Elgato app to make your phone be a webcam to OBS. And we needed some microphones, and they had just come out with the Elgato, their
Wavelength,
dynamic mics.
Oh, sure.
Not the wavelength, because they have wavelength condenser. They have they're called something else. This wasn't that long ago, and I reached out and I was like, "Hey, we're a company. We do a lot of stuff. We have the biggest streams on this one channel, on this one platform. Can we get some what can we do? Can we be sponsored? We want to be sponsored. We want to work with you." I didn't say can we get microphones, but sure. I mean, I was
We
like,
worked
and we're
something
trying to
out.
build a studio to start doing podcasts and stuff. Can we? And they just like never even got back. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah. I mean,
This is a real company. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
I know. Yeah.
Come
I mean,
on, Elgato.
so for comparison, I mean, I love this shit with you all. I'm never going to stop doing it. But like our finest moments will have like 40 to 50 people in here, and that's not going to get their attention. If I had like a couple hundred every night and was always doing this shit, they might notice me. Like it was like years before Nutty got contact with them, and he was essentially like selling their shit for them by showing what you could do with it, right? So, and Harris Heller built his entire career on trying to stand them,
will get you there.
right? It took him years too.
There we go.
I agree.
This is delicious.
I like a potato. That's
That's
so.
a
I
That's a
think that's such a
potato.
good way to like just have a little snack. Like just
Yeah,
pop
it's-
a potato in the oven, let it
This
bake,
is
and then
a-
you're good.
This is a Korean sweet potato. It's not an American sweet potato. It's a Korean sweet potato, and they are
that's a darker
very
skin.
different. Very different. And my girlfriend's Korean, so she's taught me a lot of Korean cuisine. And
dope.
in Chicago, where I live, there are some amazing Asian markets, and the one we go to is specifically more Korean based. And these are so fire. These are so good. You just throw them in the oven, 385, 30 minutes maybe, and you just peel it, and it's a great snack. And I didn't have time to have dinner tonight, so this is what's going to get Daisy's Elgato sponsorship now.
The potato. Finally. I mean, I've tried
It's
everything
so hot.
else. I will say I've done everything I can.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I would have been here at 5:10 as opposed to like 6:30 when I normally would have if I was commuting from my other to like my parents' house where I was. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna be here on time, boot up my computer, and I was like, oh fuck, I have to like eat.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
I kind of
important.
forgot that I had to do it.
Food is a good thing.
Ugh.
I also forgot, but I had a little time before the stream. I was able to hammer down something. Eating's important, everybody. You
Hammer
all
down,
should
love it.
don't do it the way
Tasty.
I do it. Like you should be having dinner while you're watching us and listening because we can entertain you
Yeah.
while you stuff your faces with something delicious. Which reminds me, I didn't do the self-care break.
I'm not gonna stuff my face into a microphone. No
I
way.
eat on
I feel
stream
so-
all the time.
Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous because like
All the
I get
time.
so uncomfortable. I don't know why. I'm so uncomfortable eating on stream. I
I
not know
cannot
why.
eat on stream. I
Dinner
agree with you 100%. I struggle really hard to eat on stream. I don't think I've ever eaten on stream. A handful of times, maybe.
I've done it only one time, and I'll tell you all about it during this ad break. Otherwise, nothing interesting will happen. I'm sure Quinn has nothing interesting to say. You won't miss anything.
Hey!
Get water. We'll be back in a minute and a half.
Wait, no, I had something interesting. I think I forgot.
Yeah, it's too late. Tell us right now.
Tell us right now.
Oh my god, what was it? I did something earlier today. Oh wait, no, I'm not gonna remember it. Now that I never remember it when I'm on the spot. It's okay, I'll remember it.
Oh, I ate one time on stream. It was the first Thanksgiving during the pandemic when I streamed with you, Quinn. You and I did Don't Starve for a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Don't Starve.
I had something on stream because it was like I did a 13-hour stream, which by the way, I'm not doing that again.
Don't starve when you eat.
Al's got it. Did you finish that's a good question. Did you finish the Lifesaver frozen gummies, Dad?
Did you buy a second bag and leave it? Or did Lost buy a second bag and leave it? Because there's another bag in the freezer still, and I don't know how it got there.
No, I left mine on the way out from Dad's as me and wife were leaving. I was like, I left the frozen gummies in your freezer. Bye.
Oh my god, that's so
Frozen
cute.
Lifesaver gummies are a problem, and they are in fact in the freezer right now.
I'm telling you.
Are they good?
Yes.
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 I love lifesavers. That's a lot of people not. I mean, it's a pretty basic. It's old. It's an old candy.
I was about to bring that up.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie, they're good. They do be good.
Yo, there's an important question though. This is interesting. I'm sorry, all of y'all.
8 seconds.
Have you had Cheez-Its and Cool Whip?
Excuse me.
Yeah. Yep. Let that whole sentence wash through.
Cheez-Its and Cool Whip?
That Quinn asked.
No, I can't say
Revive
it.
Michael.
Yeah, like just out on your travels in life, have you ever just had Jesus and Cool Whip?
Yeah, I've never been to a banquet or an opening or anything, and they had Cheez-Its and Cool Whip.
Of that
Oh,
caliber.
must not be high society enough. Jesus, don't do
So-
it.
I will say that I think my skepticism was an order of magnitude beyond most folks, and most folks respond the way you did, Master Revive. And so I was like, well, who would do this? And Grawb was the first one to do it on the air. Grob's like, fuck it, I'm going to do it.
I did it on stream.
And it was good.
It was actually,
dude, when you pulled me on Discord during your stream, I was losing my shit.
I did it. I ate it on stream. I had to call Quinn, and I was like, Jesus and Cool Whip is fucking incredible.
What?
I don't know. I don't get it either.
Not sponsored.
Michael. I don't understand
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Sorry.
Hey, Cool Whip, sponsor me.
I mean,
I got that Elgato shit, but we got Cool Whip.
I got a ton of that shit. I do have Cool Whip and Cheez-Its here. I got them for Thanksgiving, and we didn't bust them open. We didn't get to bust them open.
Dang.
Good thing.
That's dessert right there, or is that an appetizer?
It's whatever you want.
It's whatever
it's
you
really
want it
good.
to be in your heart.
Let's face it, Cool Whip, not that great.
Man, it's just kept in the freezer.
Yeah, they stay in the freezer. They'll last forever.
Not to go down that route in chat.
Hang on, I think we can do democracy times now because it might be interesting to see if things have changed. Has you had cheesy? What do we call them? Cheesy whips. Cheesy whips.
You get just the cheesy whips. I think it's cheesy whips. But that sounds like.
Let me write this down. Okay.
Cheesy whips.
Yeah, cheesy whips.
Okay, so there's 2 ingredients. It's very important. Cheez-Its.
You just get Cheez-Its?
Or Cool Cheez-Its.
Honestly,
your heart can tell.
I would do Cheez-Its then Cool Whip, but if you're feeling crazy, if you're feeling a little silly,
you feel spicy.
Well, so I mean, I want to help contextualize this. So a lot of people have tried them now, and they're liking it. And so here's the deal: Cool Whip is not that good. Cheez-Its are not that good. And somehow, when you dip a Cheez-It into frozen Cool Whip, it is quite pleasant.
Frozen.
It's really odd because it just doesn't make sense.
That's the thing that I messed up with.
Oh, it didn't freeze them, yeah.
Because I was under the impression that when you had the Cool Whip, you were to follow the instructions, which is to let it thaw in the fridge for 6 hours,
right?
As you're supposed to do with Cool Whip. And then I did that, and Quinn was like, "Michael, you fucking idiot." It's like verbatim what Quinn said.
Wow, Quinn.
I did.
My gosh.
I said that exactly.
It should. I mean, the instructions actually say
take my
dip
cheese whip
Cheez-Its.
seriously.
Yeah. I didn't. Yeah, there's like a recipe flap inside the lid that's like, "Oh, Cheez-Its and Cool Whip." I was like, "Wow, I had no idea."
I feel like knowing me, I might be. I have never had it, but I'm not gonna say I wouldn't like it, but knowing me, I don't know if I would like that combo, but.
That's fair. Have you?
Who knows?
I was pretty adamant that I was gonna hate it.
I think
you were.
I'm gonna try.
I don't like Cheez-Its.
I will say, Thades, y'all mentioned that Cool Whip at a standalone is not that good. I disagree with that. I mean, it's super
standalone too.
If you like it,
which is another reason why it's so delicious.
Yeah, sure. If you like
Cool
it,
Whip on cake and desserts because I'm a big dessert king. Love dessert. I haven't had Cool Whip in many years, but from my experience, I used to eat that straight out of the bucket.
So I did when I was a kid. There was some in the freezer, and or in the fridge. I can't remember. But I got it. I took that and I took some Hershey's chocolate syrup and I mixed it all together and I ate like so much of it and I got so sick. But it was
it sounds good though. It does sound good. I mean, Cool Whip is the only appropriate topping for Jell-O cake. So that's like the one place I've had a lot of Cool Whip over the years. I think I've had it recently. So. Jell-O cake, if you don't know, is
Jell-O cake.
So a lot of people, if you don't know, it's essentially if you make a cake and you do a cake soak. You know what a cake soak is? Or you like poke a cake with a fork and pour milk over it or something to like moisten the cake and keep it moist. You do that with Jell-O. You poke holes in the cake and you pour molten Jell-O into the cake and then put the whole cake in the fridge and you merge the cake and the Jell-O. It's incredible.
See, I know that's like a normal thing for you and probably for a lot of people. To me, that sounds just as wild as Cheez-Its and Cool Whip.
It is pretty wild. It's pretty wild.
Jell-O's like a dessert, so I guess it still is a good combo. But I didn't know that was the process. I didn't know that's how you did it.
Democracy reigns. More people responded yes than I expected. Only 2 short, so 8 no's and 6 yeses. That's a lot of folks in chat that have been doing it. I didn't respond.
The question is, have you had it?
Have you had it? Yeah.
The question is, have you had it? Not, is it good?
Oh, yeah. Okay. We can do that.
Well, that's like no wins. That doesn't mean now I haven't had them. Like the
Another
vote
poll.
doesn't change the.
Now, for those that have had it, should vote now for the next one.
Here we go.
Yeah.
More democracy
Is it-
time.
is
Did
it
you
delicious?
enjoy cheesy whips? Yes or no?
Absolutely, I did.
We need to make up a jingle.
I said it like this, and my wife will fight me. A couple people will fight me. It's essentially like having Frosties and fries, just with like a cheesy element.
Yeah,
Mm.
and I thought it was silly when you said it, but it does. It
Yeah.
has that vibe.
It has
is-
that
If
vibe.
you've ever gone to Wendy's and dipped your French fries in a Frosty, it is
Beardless,
that vibe.
let's
And it is so
go!
Okay.
Beardless tried it live on chat. Let's go.
Wait, did you? Wait,
Yeah.
I'm going to try it soon.
Yeah, that's right. You
You know,
can't
the-
do
the-
pyromancy echo. No, how?
The analogy.
How?
Where'd he go?
Uh-oh.
I was gonna say though, Grawb, that the analogies. That's a good analogy. Although I wasn't ever insanely crazy about the fry dipping in Frosty, but I did it. I dabbled in it every once in a while.
Well, and the reason, like, it's like okay, but because like you almost want a little bit of a bolder flavor from the fry,
Right.
It's kind of like that's
Yeah.
what the Cheez-It do.
I see.
That's how the Cheez-It do. You think
That's
it
how
don't
the
do that, but
Cheez-It
that's
do.
how the Cheez-It do.
Sponsor us, Cool Whip and
Cool Whip
Cheez-Its.
and Cheez-Its. Are they the same? I can't remember if we looked up what the parent company, if there is one, of Cool Whip. Because if it's like Nabisco or something, like, oh, we're set.
I got you. You get your Cool Whip. You get your Cheez-It.
Are we
You
Googling
dip
it right
it
now?
in, you will not believe it.
Yeah.
It's
That's
delicious.
so
It's
glad.
It's
Cool
Kraft.
Whip and
It's Kraft.
Cheez-Its. You got to come up with a jingle so they will sponsor us.
I think that's
Kraft?
it.
Kraft owns Cool Whip. What?
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine who owns
Kraft
what.
owns Cool Whip. And is our Cheez-Its Nabisco, or was I just making that up?
I'm pretty sure they're Nabisco, yes. I think so. I mean, we can check
If
right
they're-
now.
Does Kraft make crackers?
They are
Probably. There's probably got to be one
Kellogg's.
Kraft.
They have
Cheez-Its are-
three parent companies.
Yeah.
Apparently, Kellogg's, Sunshine Biscuits, and Keebler.
Kellogg's and Keebler. I think I knew
I
that.
guess Kellogg's is in control now.
Weird.
There's a they own a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's like Kraft Heinz, right?
I don't know if we
Are
should.
you saying that the name of their crackers are crafters, or did you just make a pun that that's what they should be called?
If we talk about how problematic the monopolistic structure of these businesses are, do you think they won't give us a sponsorship? Because I want free Cool Whip, but also Keebler owns a lot of shit. Kraft is really large.
Yeah.
How do we fix this problem?
I mean, yeah, but on the other hand, like it's pretty nice that like there's like a whole business that's built to support the society of little elves that live in trees. The Keebler elves.
That's good.
So I think that's a monopoly I can get behind.
That's a good save. Now we'll get that
As
Cool Whip
far
for
as
sure.
I know, the Keebler elves have not done anything problematic. So we'll see.
Guillotines. See, I mean, I hope you're probably right about that. It's exacting and dark. And there goes my Cool Whip sponsorship. Damn it, damn it, damn it.
Wait. How many people said in the first poll that they had tried it? 6?
6, I think.
Yeah,
And there were
And
5
now
people that voted.
Now
So
7
two
people
folks.
voted total here. Voter fraud. I want to recount, throw this whole election out.
People are hopping
I
states
voted
here.
in the second one and not the first one. And I would have, so you can add my yes to the first. So I'm at least one of those.
A likely story.
It's
That's
true.
just what those
Rigged.
damn liberals want you to think.
I-
Throw this
rigged.
election out.
Oh, God.
Sorry. Did I get too political?
Yeah, Beardless, are you sure you won't buy it again? I'm just wondering. It'll be those late cold nights. It'll be like, damn, some cheeses and Cool Whip by the fireplace.
Why are you
Really
so
Christmas
cozy?
themed.
Right?
Cozy
So
cheesy
Christmas themed.
whips.
Cozy whips for the holiday festivities.
Cozy Whips. I
Cozy
love that
Whips.
name, Cozy Whips. That's amazing.
Cusey
Cozy
Hweeps.
whip.
Cusey Hweeps.
Whips. The Stewie Griffin version.
Hweeps.
Whips.
Hweeps.
Oh.
That was weird.
That's what I'm saying. As the Cool Whip thaws, you listen. That's what you gotta put it back in the freezer.
I mean,
Go
if
back
it's
in.
only a little
It was
frozen,
way
it's
better
pretty good.
after I had like refrozen it and tried it again off stream than it was when it was like thawed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was still good. Like it was still good.
Pro tip, use a
But when it's
spoon
frozen,
to
you
get
just
the
a little
Cool
bit
Whip
extra
out.
bite to it.
If you dip the chip, it's going to bust in the frozen Cool Whip. It's not strong enough to get it out, but the spoon
But
will
then
do
you
it.
have
You spoon it, right? Or do you dip it in the bucket?
I spoon it. I spoon
Dip
I
it in the
spooned
bucket.
chip.
I just dipped it in the bucket because like I'm not gonna use the Cool Whip for anything else. I don't care if there's a little extra cheese dust in there.
Oh my gosh, I
think
would so eat that whole thing, like that Cool Whip
I
bucket.
ate it
like-
again and then I was done, and I'm pretty sure the rest of that Cool Whip with a little bit of cheese dust is still in my parents' freezer to this very day. And the second they try to open it and see like there's like cheese in there, they're just gonna
You're
assume it's
gonna
some
take
weird
it out.
mold and
Ooh.
throw it out.
Cool Whip. They're like, oh, what's that? Gonna put some on a cake. This is a cheesy
Never
taste
seen
to it.
orange mold. It'll cost them like thousands of dollars for mold remediation. They'll be like, shit, what the fuck? And they're going to call this dude who comes like, well, I never heard of orange mold. Probably real bad. You better get a hotel. We'll clean the whole house down for you with the bleach and shit. And, you know, several $1,000s later, your parents will be like, it was the weirdest thing. There's like orange mold and Cool Whip, but it wasn't anywhere else. And they checked the whole house.
It's like,
And you'll be like, yeah, I don't know.
Turns
That's
out the
weird.
mold guy was actually 3 Keebler elves stacked on top of each other.
yeah,
That's how they get you. That was the grift all along.
that's how they do. It turns out they own the bleach cleaners. They
Exactly.
actually own that
It's
company too.
vertical integration, baby.
The mold removers.
So good. Did we have a topic that we were supposed to be talking about today?
Yes, we did.
No, I mean, it's this Infodump's like
think,
that.
right?
So, I mean, I titled the stream one thing, and then I listened back to it, and then titled the YouTube something else. So it's actually more appropriate
more
when it goes up. It's just safer that way. Yeah, I mean, the idea is I wanted
This
to
goes
talk
on
about.
YouTube?
Oh yeah, it doesn't get very views.
Oh, what?
It gets like 10 views. People
don't
watch it
mention
though.
it's
People
on
watch it.
YouTube.
It's nice. I'm glad. It's my hobby.
I'm about to subscribe. What is it? Thaddeus Hammer also?
Yeah, it's Latest Hammer on YouTube. I'm on
Yeah, do you have
YouTube. Does
a
anyone not
media
know I'm
button?
on YouTube?
Do you have a media?
I have a YouTube channel.
I
But
should
it doesn't-
probably
I don't
link
use
this
it.
shit better. I don't know how to do it. Quinn, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know.
I do. I can up.
I mean, as far as
Oh, look at
YouTube,
this.
Definitely no more.
Look at this
You have
2.4K
1,000 stream deck
views.
buttons and you don't have a media button?
I don't have a
Look at
media
these
button.
2.4K views on the short.
I know, yeah, it's
What?
nice.
You
It's all
pop
be well. The shorts are garbage. I'm really mad about the shorts, but the stuff that's really getting traction are the Elden Ring lore videos. That's been really fun. Like people actually watch those. Yeah. Yes, follow me on YouTube, and you can watch this again if you haven't seen it. The topic was weird streaming
Okay.
experiences.
To figure out where this voter fraud came in. That's all the evidence I need, baby.
We'll have to watch it back to figure out what actual the mistake was. Yeah, it could be. You'll watch the clip and check the tape after the show.
Out of the shorts. I am short.
Short
That's what
king.
Thades meant. If you're 5'6" or below, Thades does not like you.
Wow,
You heard it here first, folks.
that's not what I. That is a gross
Okay.
misrepresentation of my remarks. And that was the end of my stream. That was when it went down. It went down in flames. Echo, damn it! How'd you do it twice? This is 100%.
How do you do? Does that a redeem?
It is a
Cries
redeem,
and
but also
violence.
I just like my redeems are all controlled
Cries
by
and
hand.
violence.
I hit them by hand. I don't.
Yeah.
A lot of people would be smart and let the thing happen, but I had all of my early redeems like required me to like know it was coming so that I could respond to it and it would look real. And I can't really do that if it's automatic. So I have buttons on the stream deck to activate.
I
stuff.
see.
Probably the fire could be automatic. Probably a lot of them could be automatic. I don't need need 1,000 buttons, but unwinding the mass is a slow project. So StreamerBot will save me. It's that
Yeah.
way.
Right. I guess there's some type of hate you have against people under 5'6". Apparently, I'm not aware of it.
I'm trying to get away from this. No. Short people are great. Short people are light. You can pick up and carry them around. That's super fun. And
One.
they rock in judo. If you're short, take jujitsu. You'll be a fucking badass. Like that's tall people in judo and jujitsu have a lot of trouble. I was the short guy in judo.
So So your benefits for short people. You can carry them around,
They're good at judo.
and they got judo.
I'm waiting for something like in
Judo.
Lego Star Wars. If you're a short character, you could fit in those little crevices to get secrets.
It's easier to take cover in XCOM if you're shorter.
A privilege of being short.
The ground is closer, so bending over to pick stuff up is much, much easier. There's a lot
That's
of
number
perks.
3. Thades is not a short hater.
Pants are
Reggie,
cheaper.
Yeah, they estimate that you're under 5'6". Boom. I'm 5'8". I am not tall.
Fraggy is tiny.
5'9".
I'm
not
jokes
reaching crazy
seriously.
heights.
Anyone?
Fraggy's tiny. Yeah.
I'm all of 5'2".
5'2".
5'2".
They can't hide behind
gosh,
objects.
I
It
feel
measures
so
the
tall
darkness.
now.
That's true.
ReviveMichael, how tall are you?
5'9".
Fuck you.
I am not. This is crazy because everyone's taller than me always. I'm surprised that I'm the tallest in here. There's no way.
Yeah, I'm 5'8". Look at
What?
me.
Okay, like 5'8", 5'9". I mean, but y'all could be 5. You could be taller than me.
Patronize me.
I'm
What?
5'9" in boots.
Right? Exactly.
I mean, 5'9", 6 foot. It's like all the same. I've heard it's like all the same.
Right. We're the average there, 6'3". See, Chris is already beating us. I feel like everyone's always taller than me. I'm never usually the tallest. So I'm shocked right now, actually, to be honest.
My God, you're huge. You're
Right?
fucking huge.
5'9". Like the United States average, it's like 5'8" or something. Like,
What's the height limit here?
5'9".
5'9" is apparently the height limit.
On a
Chris
good
had
day,
to
when my
dust just to be
spine,
able
when
to
my
chat
spine,
you.
it's not a big problem. I'm 5'9".
Height limit? You need to be this tall to ride this ride.
Actually, before I
I
came on tonight, Thades was like, "Hey, how tall are you? Because I'm thinking about having you on the stream tonight." And I was like, 5'9".
Don't tell
And he was
people
like,
that.
"Oh,
They
great,
can't
okay,
find
easy."
that
He's
out.
like, if you're under 5'6", I'm not letting you in. So,
Yeah, like, right? No. You're out of here.
I snuck in here.
yeah.
It's just mad.
Streamers
I'm
taking
just laughing at being referred to as the shorts. It's pretty
Yes, we're taking a dark turn.
The Netherlands average is 6 foot. Wow,
Holy crap.
fuck,
that's nuts.
right? Jesus, fucking.
I am mad at shorts though.
I'd be so
We talked
tall.
about that. We'll talk about that's another topic. We've had 2 streams already where I have bitched about YouTube shorts being like the worst experience for me as a creator and as a viewer, and TikTok just being hilariously better for me. And other people have had a much better experience with YouTube shorts.
I love YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
YouTube Shorts has been nothing but positive for me.
It's like gunning for me
I
specifically.
get the craziest stuff. It's amazing stuff, and then Jordan Peterson comes out of nowhere, or Andrew Tate, and I'm like, why? I'm like, I don't know.
No, I don't know shorts.
It's so random, and I love the shorts with like they put like some badass alpha music on the background. So like anything that person
Oh my
does, they could
God.
legitimately be walking or changing their clothes, whatever it could be, and it's like, oh yeah, don't mess with this guy. It's Jordan Peterson. He cries in every podcast he's on. It's a true man right there.
Fucking loser. I hate Jordan Peterson.
Where would
So
we
Yeah.
be without men? Where would we be? These women, they're not doing everything for their men, and these men are depressed and sad.
That is such a good Jordan Peterson. Oh,
On the one hand,
Is
that's
it
incredible.
crimes of the sin?
bodies.
But I don't
Is it
want
pride, the sin?
I don't want you to have this skill. This is not a thing I want you to be able to do. Like
Let me tell you something real quick. All right, listen.
I'm listening.
I know everything about that man.
Oh god, dark.
And
Uh-huh.
it's crazy.
He's
So if
pretty
y'all
crazy.
ever
There's
need,
some more news 3-hour long video about
I-
Jordan Peterson.
I don't need to, because I already know. I know too much about this guy, because I don't know who's out there. You know, whatever everyone has their likes.
If anyone's in this
I'm
stream,
no,
I got you, ReviveMichael. If anyone in this stream thinks Jordan Peterson has anything sensible to say, get the fuck out, or I will kill you myself.
Right, get out.
All right, please continue, ReviveMichael.
But I'm saying I'm a huge H3. I'm a huge H3 podcast fan. I don't know if people are familiar with them. But I'm a massive fan, and they beef with him constantly, and it's beautiful. It's so beautiful, and they have sound bites and everything like that. And that's how I found out that audiobook, Grawb, which I sent to you. You know, I had a dream of my maternal grandmother's pubic hair. Anyways. This is
from his actual book that he wrote.
This is what I'm saying. If
Wait,
anyone
what?
in your family or anybody? No. One second. If anyone in your family,
so much crazier than that.
If anyone in your family tries to tell you how much of this great of a thinker he is, you show this to them, and this is a real thing. It's not fake. It's not fabricated. If you look up
that scene.
Yeah, if you look up Jordan Peterson audiobook, there is a scene from his audiobook that by the way, he records his own audiobooks from his own written novels, and he talks about a dream about his maternal grandmother giving him a ball of pubic hair. And it's brushed against his face, and he's trying to push it away, but then he accepts the pubic hair. And Jesus Christ. Where would we be without pubic hair? But anyways. I'm sorry. I'm rambling. I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah.
Don't you dare apologize right now.
No. Everything we can do to raise awareness of how big a shithead this guy is important. He kind of single-handed, I don't want to say single-handedly, that's giving him too much credit, but he is one of the driving forces behind this recent trans panic that has led to all these terrible laws trying to be enacted in states that are backwards right now. He is one of the worst people.
Yeah, he's terrible. He's a terrible shithead.
Everyone needs to know that he had a dream where he accepted his grandmother's pubic hair.
That's where people
spread the word. How does this?
I'm sorry.
How does this guy?
Sorry, my room's super echoey too.
It blows my mind how these people just get frothing at the mouth fanboys that worship them when I mean, if the goal is to find someone to give you cuddles, my guys, that man's not going to get you there. He's just dragging you further from the goal line.
He literally started to cry because he was so happy because he has been essentially deemed king of the incels. And he started crying about how much he loves and supports his fucking incel fan base. The fucking worst people on the fucking planet.
I got so much on that guy when people try to defend him. So, and there's actually a montage of him crying on YouTube too of all the I mean, it's every damn
right. Well, and it's I'm not going to judge another a person, and especially I don't want to just throw shade at any man that is crying because that's a good healthy thing to do. But when his whole spiel is this is how masculine men are supposed to be, and him shitting on every other type of person imaginable, and his ideal of a man would be not someone that cries all the time, and then he does it anyway. He's such a fucking shit.
No, he's a piece of shit. The thing is, it's kind of like when you call someone that's just a really disgusting person ugly. It's I'm never here to actually shame you of how you physically look. You know, that's how you were created. You're beautiful. When you're that type of piece of shit, you're ugly. You are the most physically. I think you were just you smell. You're gross. It's the same thing here. When he cries, it's this is just another way of me to. I'm pretty extreme about it. I can't stand that homie a lot. So yeah, shout out Jordan Peterson.
Soul. I like what Al said. Ugly soul.
Yeah, there you go. Way better words putting it than I have. So my bad, Thades. I didn't mean to.
No, it's okay. It's just that's what this is for. It's literally what this is for. Right. Yeah, no, you
said you wanted info dumping, right?
That's the title of the stream. No, it's good. I just didn't know that. If Michael could info dump on Jordan Peterson of all human beings, my God, He
you
is
need the
a
info, let me come my way. I got
he's a
you.
dark.
I don't think you need to watch ReviveMichael, but there's a YouTube channel called Some More News,
Oh,
which I
God,
think
yeah.
you'll like anyway.
That's
But they
yes.
literally have a 3-hour long video about Jordan Peterson, and just like the way in which they go through breaking down this person and the shit he said, fucking fascinating. Heavy recommend.
Okay, thank you. I'll take a look. Thank
You're
you
gonna
very
like
much.
that channel.
Also, I
Just-
recommend
yeah.
that YouTube channel to literally anyone all the time because I think it's the
I
best
have it
news
bookmarked
show.
because you just
period.
recommended it to me like a week, like 3 weeks ago.
Well, we
Yeah,
did.
in the info dump about
Yeah,
YouTube videos.
we did a YouTube
info dump,
did
yeah.
stream.
Awesome.
Grawb was
I
like
just watched
sitting on
he
that.
did an episode on the fucking what I just talked about, the trans panic shit and like the moral panics that go through. He did a video on that like yesterday, and it's like an hour long, and it's phenomenal.
That's awesome.
It's all phenomenal. This person is it's a very good YouTube channel.
Okay. I'm a big Hassan fan also, and Hassan covers Jordan a lot as well.
Yeah.
If people know Hassan Piker, because Hassan also collabs with H3 a lot once a week. So that's my other person. I get a lot of my info and good roasting of these psychopaths every day.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. This guy's on the Some More News. Imagine if it's like a John Oliver or a Jon Stewart type. If he was just like an angry, fed up person that is our age, and also
that's me every
does
day.
a million. Like there's just so much research because all the videos are like an hour long, and it's like sometimes there's some like filler joke bits, but like mostly it is just nonstop point after point after point with context. Like it's very,
Hell
very,
yeah.
very good.
Cool. Thanks.
And especially, I think people in this community would really, really appreciate knowing that there is no bullshit type of YouTube channel that says the news in just like normal, what we consider normal.
Yes.
Like just like
It's
good
so
person
helpful.
views.
Yeah.
You can actually click that YouTube link if you want, and you go to the chapter where Michael talks about this exact stuff, and there's a whole bunch of clips and demos. He explains all this shit in detail. So, I got you. Also, look at that, promoting the channel.
Cool.
I did it.
Wow. Look at that. Oh, I'm so happy, by the way, at work. They're finally like realizing that we need to like start pumping like TikTok and YouTube shorts and like that kind of stuff again. So I finally got to make my own like creative video for the first time in a while. It just felt so good.
Are we talking like your Grease edit?
I mean, that's just more of like a joke. But like they like if you were there, like they literally bought me Pokemon Scarlet and Violet so I could like make content about it. And I made my first one, and it felt so good to be back, like being like having time to create something that I want to, even though it's not like for my channel, it's for work. But like it's fun.
That's so fun.
I have been invaded.
I know you were weren't you a bartender before?
I was.
Oh. What? Hello.
This is Lost in the Noise.
Hello.
Living statue.
Oh my gosh! Hi.
She was
Came out
performing
of
today.
nowhere. This angel that came out of nowhere.
Have fun.
You look way
Be
better in
safe.
this lighting than I do. It's not really fair. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's good.
Pretty good.
Where,
I did not have this.
where are they
idea
going?
during my
To a
game.
party?
Way to like nest that compliment. You look way better in this lighting.
What are you trying to say? Oh, they
That's really
can't.
weird.
She can't hear you. Also, I
can
gotta
kind
mute
of
that.
Here.
Oh, from the monitoring,
maybe
the monitoring
a little
headphones.
bit.
Damn it.
I don't have my headphones in, so I can't really hear you.
Unreal.
What were you?
Looks
Where
so
were you?
good.
Waterfire.
Oh, Providence Waterfire this time.
Yes.
Oh, you got back.
Yeah, it got moved from tomorrow because there's like hurricane level weather coming in. So they decided to not make me fly away.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Literal
And
wings.
those wings don't look like they're really prepared for that kind
No,
No.
these are
intense
annoyingly
wind speed.
delicate. So I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't make it.
Would not be able to fly back home.
No, and I also the wings do
cool.
light up, but I was having some wiring issues with one of them, so I have to fix that for my next gig. So that's fun.
Wow.
What was it? Like a show or
So I'm a street performer, and it's a public event. They basically light a bunch of bonfires on the canal in downtown Providence. So I've been doing that for a long time, usually as a
sick.
living statue, but for this event they have me rove around. little different.
That's so cool. Wait. You're sometimes usually a statue. So like, do you like just sit still?
Yes, I stand very still,
That
and I scare the crap out of a lot of people.
Cool. That's so cool. I'd love for you one day in the background of Thady stream, just like.
Oh, I did.
Then if someone gets bits, you could do a little movement and then just stop.
I did that. I was the Raven. I was creepy in the
What are
background.
you talking about?
Yep.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. What are you talking about? I don't remember that.
Yeah, Raven definitely didn't come and peck you on the head.
Okay, there might be clips of that in a previous Infodump episode.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I can link that one. We have this thing. I'll get that.
Yeah.
I'll get you.
That's on YouTube.
Because I came in late to that one, as I do when I was coming home back from work, and so I did not know that was going to happen. And suddenly there was like
And
a
everyone
dark
else
raven
did
figure
because I
over
came
Thady, and I
in.
was like, ah!
Everyone else knew it was coming because I like came in to say hi before stream. So you were the only one who was out of the loop.
Grawb is often ambushed by shit that I do on the stream here. So
That's wonderful.
Oh, it was fucking wild. That was so cool.
He tried to make me do an actual statue in the background, and I couldn't think of anything that would be more horrifically boring for me. So
Oh,
Right.
Jesus, right? Like,
I don't know how that works.
it's about the audience interaction. So if I don't have people interacting with me directly, then like I'll fall asleep. I'll be so understimulated.
Sleeping statue. Yeah.
I've done a lot of like
Yeah.
private events where no one gave a shit, and I was literally dozing off, like up on a pedestal, and I would have broken something if I fell. So
I was gonna say, are you like so used to it? Like, if you fell asleep, would you just still hold it, or because that would be incredible?
Depends.
That's just free money at that point.
it kind of depends on the costume, I guess, how like effortlessly I would fall in a pretty way instead of like break my leg on the way down.
You have some like one
That's
of your
fair.
costumes is like a basically bell of a dress. We could put like a frame in there. You could sit down on it.
I've thought about that. I have.
You should
Just
do that.
take a nap.
Yeah. The problem is that
You gotta be one of
costume-
you gotta be one of those people that sits on nothing, you know? They have the
yeah,
invisible chair.
I like the idea of those, but they're actually like way more uncomfortable than you think they are. So I don't think
Which is
I'm ready
crazy
for
because
that
I already
kind of-
assumed they're the worst.
Yeah.
It's like a
With this-
stick.
yeah.
Like-
They are the worst. But yeah, the problem is my big dress statue is for cold weather only. And I don't really want to be outside for more than like 2, maybe 3 hours. So I don't need to sit down. I have
Right.
to get bigger skirts for my warm weather costumes that I can
Yeah.
work it in.
But if it was a big enough dress with a nice enough frame, you could just tuck inside of it completely like an igloo.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's really nice.
I don't really know what the performance would be at that point, but it would be pretty cool.
It's pretty great even just having the big skirt to like hide what my legs are doing so I can stand comfortably instead of pretty. So
Oh,
it
that's
does
gotta
make
be
a big
nice.
difference.
Amazing.
I'm gonna go remove all the 5 pounds of glitter from my face.
Is there any?
So here, let me.
No, that's the opposite. No.
Oh, that gets everywhere.
New
Oh,
glitter
Oh,
in
it gets
hell.
everywhere.
You're gonna be
Probably.
finding
Oh,
it in your
it's too
beard
late.
for months.
No.
It's like
Oh,
already
my
all
goodness.
over his
Whenever I
house
moved to
because
my
I
new
came by
apartment-
Why
once.
would you?
I was here as an autumn fairy after
no.
some gig, and I'm still finding glitter.
It gets everywhere.
It does.
It literally
never
made it in the
leaves.
move with me.
So,
like I have
yeah.
stuff in and it made it.
Oh, by the way, I was listening in the car on my way here, and Cool Whip and Cheez-Its is pretty good. I couldn't vote because I was
We
driving.
have another
But-
voter on yes.
Yes, I consider that a mail-in vote. It counts.
The mail-in ballot.
And Quinn, I'm totally gonna eat
Is
all those frozen
valid.
lifesaver gummies. So thank you, and also
Valid.
fuck you. Like this.
Yeah.
Because I eat like a whole handful,
I
and then
knew
I
what I
have
was
so much
doing.
regret. It's a problem.
Really, so don't regret. It's really good.
No,
They're
it's so
really
good for
good,
your
but my
brain. Your
stomach
brain
doesn't
doesn't
think
have the
so.
regret.
So good for your brain. I love
Brain.
that. I
They're
love
good for
that.
my
So
It's
good
a
for your
superfood,
brain.
I've heard.
You haven't heard that? Frozen Lifesaver gummies are brain.
Lifesavers, sponsor us.
good.
We're trying all night. Someone's going to drop us a sponsorship.
They're
It's gonna be
the
Lifesaver.
perfect
Someone.
like chewing texture. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
It's so good.
That's
They're
the
so
best
good.
part.
Lifesavers are delicious.
I need to try
Have
them
you frozen?
I've never done that.
You have to
Oh my
freeze
god, put them
them.
in that you won't regret. No regrets.
What's convinced me the most to try it is the sentence perfect chewing texture.
Yes.
Yes.
And I don't know what that means.
It means your brain will chomp it at a velocity that is happy for your brain.
So I'm gonna.
I
don't know
think
if
I
That's
have
an
a
amazing
choice
that right
calculation.
now.
That's a
Just gotta
statistical
try it.
analysis.
I'm gonna call out apparent apparition. He chews on his mic and like headphone cords, and it's that kind of texture, but you're allowed to actually bite into it.
a cord texture.
But you're allowed to eat it.
It's like you're
Yeah.
chewing on
I've
a
never
wire.
heard that
and it's like you
comparison
chew
before.
on.
Except you can
Right?
chew it
How did
harder and
this
you can bite
happen?
through it. It's
Why are
so
we?
good.
Why are we chewing on wires?
That's such an
We're gonna answer
interesting
that question,
comparison.
and we're gonna do it
Because
behind the
we're
ad break, so you won't
neurodivergent and
see.
our
I'm so
brains like
sorry in
chomps.
advance. We'll be back in a minute and a half. Don't worry. No one's chewing on wires right now.
Quinn, you're a genius.
Dude, I'm telling y'all, it makes fucking sense. I'm telling
Deep
you.
order.
Can people hear us on the ad break?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. I didn't.
Yeah. If they're subbed, they can hear us.
Okay,
And if they're not subbed, then they don't matter anyway.
Jesus. Yeah, I do. I do the ad breaks because they disable pre-rolls, and pre-rolls are really awful because people, if they have to reload the tab a couple times when Twitch glitches, they're just fucked. They just see ads every time. But if I run the ad break, no one sees the pre-rolls, and everyone sees this ad together, and so no one misses anything interesting except for
How
Friday
do you
nights.
run an ad break? Do you run them in the mod chant? The mod chant? Where do you run an actual ad break?
Oh, so
Oh
yeah,
my
it's.
gosh.
I mean, the easiest way to
in your
do it
Twitch
is
dashboard thing.
the Twitch dashboard gives you a way to do it. I have a button on the stream deck
Yeah,
that does
but
it now.
you can dock the Twitch dashboard right into your OBS. So like I can run my ads right above where my face is in OBS.
Wow, I'm I don't know what I'm doing as a streamer. That's for sure.
No, it's okay. You don't have to. You don't have to. I'm on here.
The best part
As long
about
as you
it.
go
Just, like,
live, you're fine.
My stream deck has buttons and things have buttons, and sometimes I just slap my hand on it a little bit and hope it does something.
Oh, okay. Wait, so if you do it yourself like this, then people don't see ads during the stream?
You can turn off the automatic ads.
Mhm.
You can run them yourself, and when you do that, it stops that 30-second pre-roll ad people get when they first click on your stream.
Or when you get rated into and
Right.
you get thrown into an
That's why I do it.
ad.
It turns out the
Yeah.
pre-rolls. And the best part is I make money doing it. Know how much? Zero. I make 0 cents a week on ads. 0 cents.
Yeah.
Me either. Yeah, when it comes to stream stuff, I'm at the very basic level. As long as the stream's running, I'm like, okay, we're good.
I mean, we'll take
No,
it.
dude, you've got a whole fucking transition with the boop.
That's
Like
true.
you're good.
That's
Like
cool.
it's
Oh
more
yeah,
than
your
most.
transitions are hot.
Y'all are
That's true.
so good with it. Y'all are so good with it. I need a course, like a crash course from y'all.
Hey, Biko. I mean, my course was nutty. I
Quinn,
just
you're
watch a
not-
lot of
you're-
nutty videos. Nutty's the way to go.
Nutty did I don't know much. Like I struggle with this kind of stuff a lot. Nutty actually was really good. Like coming from someone who doesn't know anything about that.
Yeah, he's very
YouTuber
knowledgeable.
Nutty, YouTuber Stream Scheme, YouTuber Harris Heller.
Andy Lippy is pretty good too. Andy Lippy's good.
Yeah, but I don't like the way he starts his videos. He's like, "Hello, duckies," and I'm like, it feels weird every single time. I don't like it. I don't know why.
Oh,
It's just he weirds me out, and I don't know why. His videos are fine.
yeah.
He's
Just
like,
skip the
"Hello,
first
hello,
15
duckies,"
seconds.
and I'm like, I'm not your ducky. Stop.
I mean,
It's weird to me.
he's a nice guy.
Oh,
Could be good to be his
That's
ducky.
funny, though.
Who knows?
On that note, your boy has to bounce out a little early because I have to go get some errands done before me and my wife head to the airport.
Oh, you getting that Cool Whip?
I'm
Gotta
getting
get
that
that
Cool Whip.
Cool
Oh my
Whip.
god, I'm going grocery. I'm totally getting that Cool Whip. Thank you for reminding me. I'm gonna write it down on my little.
Watch me whip.
Got you.
Yeah, watch me cheese it. Watch me
Um,
whip. whip. Now watch me choose
Oh,
it.
I'm so excited.
Watch me. Watch me.
That's my treat for going out in the cold weather.
Quinn, thank you for joining us. Also, thanks to Lost for bombing the stream. And now we're going to talk about
Yeah.
talk
I'm
about
glad I
other
was
stuff.
there to see Lost. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Quinn, for dropping by. Thanks for being here. It was great chatting and being here for the first time with you.
I love this. I'm so sad that I have to bounce out early. But y'all are awesome, and I love y'all.
Go do what you got to do.
Quinn, go to the airport. I'm not leaving. I'm done traveling. We're going to pick somebody up.
Oh, nice
No more
friend.
travel for
Quinn is
No more
never
travel for
streaming again until Sunday. We're doing Sunday, right?
Until I was gonna say I'm gonna be back on Sunday.
Sunday.
With that.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
Not that long.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
Get out of here. Go do your stuff.
Fairly well.
Safe travels to the airport.
Gonna break the stream. Break the stream.
I'll break it. Watch me break it. Watch this.
Quick.
Watch me break it.
Grawb, why did you disappear? What the actual F? What the hell? How is this? You
Oh,
look at
I
what
just realized he's.
this never used to happen. This is a thing that Discord has started doing recently, and I do not understand why. It used to be that if I was the only any camera that's not showing up used to always be sorted at the bottom. And now it sorts us alphabetically no matter what. And so like I don't have a capture for Grawb. I have to create a new freaking box to catch his face right now. So we'll just do that live, everybody.
He can just sit like that the whole night. He'll be fine.
This is fine.
If you don't
I
mind,
could
do
scoot my
that.
chair
Let's do
over,
scoot
but
times.
where's the fun in that?
Where the hell is the damn button? Let's do a little bit of this.
We get to see how it's done.
I mean, it might break everything. So, but yeah, otherwise we'll do this. We'll go to studio mode. And then, I can't go to full screen because I can't see chat if I do that.
Oh, but yeah, sponsor us. We'll show you how to do this. Hello, I'm ReviveMichael. You're all
Okay.
gamer. Joined by Thades and Grawb. Today we are going to fix the half grabbed person.
Please. The other half of my body is in pain because it can't be on camera.
First, you're going to want to go to scene 289.
No, I already have it.
Yes, out of your 400.
Look at that. I just don't have a button for it. There you are. We fixed it. I already fixed this problem.
wait, is he-
Hey.
Wait, is he ReviveMichael now with the logo?
Okay, that I can fix, I think. Yes, I can fix that. There we go.
I'm Quinn. Oh, I'm Quinn. Let's go.
Oh, I mean, there's two me's. Watch out, world.
This was all on
There's
purpose.
3 Michaels on here, and 2 Grobs.
Ah! Ha ha ha. Ah. No. Yes.
Uh-huh.
I fixed it.
Ah,
Yay!
Top
Finally.
G. That's a top G right there. Top G OBS. Top G
Thank
right there.
goodness. The vibe of the stream is so changed now. There were four dudes up here with glasses, and now there's 3 dudes up here.
These are fake.
I was
Oh
out.
my god.
They're
Are
blue.
you, what even are you?
Blue
who
light.
are you?
They're blue light. They're blue-
That is not fake. They're doing a thing.
They're doing a thing.
Okay,
That's
all right.
good.
I guess
They're
it's like,
doing
but like
a
I don't
thing
need that
to help
like,
your eyes.
Okay.
That's all
Well,
the
I don't
glasses.
need them. Like I'm not gonna like suffocate, but like I just
Okay,
can't-
but I mean like
can't
like
see.
do you have 2020 is like what I mean.
Yeah.
You do have
Yo,
2020.
you do have 2020?
I have 2020 vision.
Oh my god, you're 5'9" and you have 2020. You're just like the better version of me. You're 25% less dudes.
But no,
with
I've
glasses.
stared at screens all day, so I just like decided it'd probably be good to get some of these, and it helps. I mean, for me, my fatigue's gone down. Oh,
You without glasses?
I'm trying to do that sexy music.
We all do it without glasses dance.
Upside down glasses?
My glasses actually look pretty
Michael?
similar both ways because they're just circles. Can't really enjoy this game. It's the same both ways.
You look me in these glasses. You look me in these glasses, girl.
Is it a little bit weird? Is it strange?
There we go.
Is it cursed? I fixed the glasses problem.
I do think they help Future. I do, from my opinion. It's just my opinion. It's because I work from home and I stare at screens all day, and when I at the end of my workday, I did feel a pretty large amount of fatigue, and I go to like the gym and stuff a lot after my work days. So I got these on Amazon for like $15, and actually they've really helped me personally. But for a lot of people, it's BS. It doesn't work for them. So
Treats for kitties.
I don't know.
I think the kitties are using the bathroom.
I
When I
go
hear-
the same way. My eyes
your
are
bathroom
different
time.
prescriptions. So when I do that glasses flip thing, I still like get a headache, which is sick.
My kitties are here. Does that mean I have to use it for them too?
No, you can if you want to, though. That's not required. I'm the only one compelled to do what the stream redeems do, but you're totally welcome to.
I actually wonder where they are. My door's closed, so they can't get in. Maybe I'll go and hunt for them soon. Get the blue light in your prescription. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I do the same thing. I have my glasses are lavender tinted because it filters out a spectrum of light that is overstimulating to my brain.
Lavender. Ooh.
I see you over there. Why are you in the corner where no one can see you, sweetheart? Come on.
Ooh, I should probably hydrate.
There we go. That's a good idea.
That's actually probably very smart.
Is there a lavender scent that also comes from those glasses?
No, that'd be the opposite. Lavender's not welcome in this house. That's gross.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Glasses.
It's not a scent that we stand here, unfortunately. Or fortunately, because it's gross.
Why? You just don't like it?
I just don't like it.
Oh, that's fair. I was just like, are you allergic to the smell of lavender? Like I'm trying to figure out maybe you just don't like it. You don't like it.
What is your favorite scent? Like candle wise. Let's go with a candle. Keep it simple.
Candle? There is a and it seems so like counterintuitive, but there is a candle that is still in my LA house. It is pine needle, which is normally my favorite one.
Yes.
But this one is pine needle and campfire. And the campfire is so subtle, it doesn't make your house smell like the camp, but it adds a little extra something. And maybe it adds something else and it tricks me into thinking it's campfire because that's the title on the candle. Don't care. I love that candle. It is my favorite thing. But normally just a good pine needle.
Yeah, a good pine. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't want to be like stereotypical, but I do like a good like manly scent, if you want to call that, because a lot of people like label those as manly scents, but like whatever, label however you.
Yeah, which seems weird. Like, why would that be?
Yeah,
why is like a manly scent like a tree and a feminine scent like an apple? And
it's a specific tree. It's a specific tree too. It's like
the smell.
But yeah, but like pine, I love, and I really like eucalyptus a lot.
Oh,
my wife loves eucalyptus. Though.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I don't really do the scented candles anymore because enough folks who come around here are allergic or sensitive to anything that has that kind of scent stuff. So I just kind of phased it out. Mm-hmm. But like, if it was for me,
do you have
like
one that you hate.
Lavender.
Sorry, what's your favorite?
My favorite is very basic.
Like, say your favorite.
No, it's okay. I like anything cinnamony or vanilla, like very simple things that like just smell like desserts. I'd rather bake a thing, I guess, than actually have it. But if I'm not baking, like a scented candle, it'd be vanilla, I guess. We already talked about my least favorite. What's your least favorite?
Mine. I have a smell that like actually makes me feel ill, and it is the cinnamony smell, but not like a cinnamon like a cinnamon roll like baked good, but there's that really strong cinnamon that's kind of like the red hot smell. Like that kind of cinnamon,
like Big Red, the chewing
like those
gum.
Big Reds and those really like cinnamon Altoid type of things. Like I think I'm like a little allergic to them, and so even the smell of it, there's like, especially at this time of year, like a lot of grocery stores or like craft stores or whatever will just have that smell around. So I'll just walk in and I'm just like, I have T-3 minutes before my head explodes. I have to get out of here.
Yeah, is that what they put on like the pine cones and stuff? Or like
it's like that really like that super strong cinnamon, like, but it's like I can't remember. I looked up like the chemical that it is, because it's not like the normal like baking cinnamon sweet.
Yeah,
it's
because
like
cinnamon,
spicy cinnamon.
Yeah, like cinnamon on its own is delicious. I like, I put a sprinkle on coffee and something like that. But like,
oh yeah, for sure.
That scent you're talking about, especially during the holidays right now, they put in those pine cones and stuff at like stores. I've actually gagged from walking by next to one.
It like, it kills me. I cannot do it. But even then, like if I have like one of those like those type of like mint candies or something, like my stomach hurts, I get red. Like I don't like choke on it or whatever. It's not like I don't need an EpiPen or whatever, but it's like my body just does not like it.
Interesting.
So that's mine. I have a strong opinion about that one smell.
I go with that too. The candles that I don't like, I don't remember the names. So I'll just go with that one.
That's fair.
I've never smelled a strong enough cinnamon candle that I didn't like, but I have smelled like the scent you're talking about with Omega cinnamon. And there's like these brooms that are sold around here. There's people hang them up in porches. That's you're nodding. You know,
it's like twig looking. Fucking...
Yes, they smell so. I mean, it's cinnamon, but it's so reviling. It's so powerful and overwhelming. Like I can't. Yeah. It's gross.
It kills me. I do not enjoy it.
How did we get on this topic?
How
did we get on candles?
I think I started that.
It's great. It's awesome.
It's a good time.
I brought the glasses and said lavender, and then
Oh, that's right. It was lavender.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the glasses. The colored glasses, blue. That's how the neurodivergent million forks in the road. It's all one line, as it turns out.
They're here for it.
I called.
We can start talking about he who shall not be named.
Yeah, I was gonna say I called you gentlemen together. Oh, we're gonna. He did change his name, so I guess we're just gonna.
Change his name, so it's fine.
Shots fired.
I'm talking about Thades before you came that we should maybe not.
Yeah, we can probably won't dox the kid. Don't Google the name.
That's not his name on Twitch anymore. You can't find him.
It's hard to find.
Okay, great.
So this is how it's how you two found each other and how I wound up finding you as well. A lot of people have heard parts of this story, but I thought with the three of us we could like fill out most of the blanks. I tried to get Clubs and Ceci. Ceci has COVID, so she couldn't be here, but she's also like set her piece on it a bunch of times. But this is not about lighting the kid up. We just want to talk about the history because it was a very strange experience, all told. And so I thought
the strange thing that led these three people to be on your screen here tonight.
Basically, and Ceci and Clubs.
I didn't know Clubs was involved in that. By the way. Yeah,
Clubs was very briefly a part of the base 10 thing, right? And then base 10.
That name. Sorry.
Did you forget the name? No. So okay, here's the backdrop. I guess I'll do my best. What if you probably tell the story better than I can? But just for the 20,000 foot view is that this for those of you who are new to this, this streamer is a young guy in his early 20s. I'm going to call him just because it's easier than saying the full thing. So he came to me and he said he and a number of you raided into my stream. But I was playing Dark Souls 3 and they were very engaged and very chatty. And then right after that, he DM'd me on Twitch and said, I'm trying to put together like a bunch of streamers who are like-minded to make a community out of the gates and like we'll like support each other and do that. Would you be interested? And I'm an old dog. And so my response was immediately, that's really gracious. I'm flattered that you would consider me, but I don't have the bandwidth to be part of an organization right now. And I had this thing where I've rejected other offers already because like I want to retain control of my content. And so I said, I'm happy to Twitch is kind of a space where we can do that anyway. So I will like raid you and stuff, but like, I'm not going to do that. And the raids to me stopped. So that was right.
Fucking shocker.
And so like
he legitimately was like, you were like, no, my name is like, all right.
Basically, yeah. He tried to woo me a little bit more after that, and then like we were like there was some overlap in our. This is how we found Ceci because Ceci was like hanging out in the streams and I think modding for him when I met her. Like he wasn't streaming yet. And was in everyone's streams all the time, very engaged and talking about this whole thing he wanted to do and had the Discord set up and stuff, which I think I was in briefly. And then he started streaming and he never stopped. He streamed 7 days a week, like 10 to 12 hours a day, and was real cranky when people in base 10 weren't in the stream, even though they had to, work to make money to pay the bills. That's right. And so he was really, really difficult to work with in that way. And there was no more raids because he was just streaming constantly and you had to raid him because that was the idea. It was like I'm not sure. It was so vapidly greedy. I'm convinced he didn't really understand what he was setting up or doing. It was like, it's basically like it was awkward and uncomfortable, and it disintegrated pretty badly.
You were giving him so much credit.
Well, I mean,
for saying that he didn't know what he was doing.
Well,
like, I'm excited to hear ReviveMichael's take on it, because me and ReviveMichael had
Hey, Remy.
Remy, what's up? We're talking about fucking but because I was deep in the sauce. Like, I was like the first person. I was the first or second person that was like involved in this base 10 situation. I think I was the first, and very quickly there was a couple other people added. But like, he was talking to me as if it was like me and his thing, and I was like, from the beginning, I was like, let me give a little backstory for my section of it. I was streaming, I had a lot of the same community that I have now, which is incredible. But it was a decent sized community compared to someone that's just starting, which is why I think he came into my stream to begin with. And he was just just being in the stream for like a week, and I was like, okay, cool, new community member. And then he's like, hey, I'm starting streaming. And I was in a couple of his streams, and they were fine. And he was doing like digital art on there, which was like fine. So I was trying to talk. I was like trying to help support his streams too. And I would spend like an hour just sitting there watching his streams and trying to chat with him. But I don't have like, at that point, I think he was only streaming 4 or 5 hours a day or whatever. But like, I did not have that much time. I'm not going to be in his stream the whole time. But so then he was like, oh, let's start this group. I've started a group. He was like, should we start a group? And I was like, okay. And then he was like, he sent me this long message about all the stuff we should do and what, like, we should think of a name and all this stuff. And I was like, cool. The next day I woke up and there was a group. It was called Base 10, which is like the most generic fucking, like, what do you mean Base 10?
I always hated the name.
With the
I always
base
hated the name.
10? Like, is it like a pun on the fact that we count in base like 10? Or is it like
10 streamers?
A base
Well, it was,
where there's 10 streamers?
It was 10 streamers, right? That was like, he told me he wanted to keep it to 10 streamers. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't even know how many
that.
there were in total at the end.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if he went over just to try to siphon more viewers, or be surprised if he was under because no one else wanted to join him. But he got me involved in this thing, and I was like, this is fine, this is cool, or whatever. And then was like, oh yeah, and we'll like set up so we keep raiding into each other. And I was like, it makes sense, I guess. And so then one night he started streaming kind of late, and I was like, oh, you know what, he's live, I don't get to raid him that often, I'll raid him. And then he just never stopped streaming. And then he never ever stopped streaming. And he would, while I was streaming and he was streaming, he would gift subs to his channel to the viewers that were watching my stream and not his stream, to try to bring them over to his stream. What? He would actively, and by the way, his first like big chunks of time that he would stream, one of the first things he said was like, because I had brought it up before, I was like, these longer streams, like, we're gonna be like overflowing or whatever, like we'll be overlapping. I don't want you to like, you know what I mean? Like, it might get a little weird, and doesn't have to be all the time or whatever. He asked me what my schedule was, and I told him, even though it was already posted. For the first 2 weeks where he started like actually like streaming forever, he streamed from like 3 hours before my stream to like 2 hours after my stream. Like, he like specifically marked out his day to like cover my stream. And there was one other guy in the group that left really quick. Something Wolf. I can't remember what his name was.
Yeah, that you're right. It just Wolf, I think, was always.
Yeah, because his stream would start a couple hours before my stream. So I think he started his stream at the same time that other guy started his stream. And then went on from there. And then he also wanted to start us like making a game together with this other guy, Wolf. Do you remember? I don't know if you were there for this, ReviveMichael.
I was not. I didn't know about that.
This is way more than that.
And this other guy is something Wolf. A lot of his streams were like game development streams. And so then we were all like, okay. We were all starting to get a little weird about it. And then I didn't hear anything about it for 2 days. And then I posted this big long thing in the Base 10 Discord that was like yelling at for being like, we are trying to do this thing together and you're just railroading me and all this stuff and blah, 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 blah. And then I was able to read most of it. Then it got deleted. And then talked to me about it and was like, oh, he was just being really mean and all this stuff, and started trying to be really nice to me. And then he went on this whole spiel about how like, and this is gonna be weird too. He was like, oh, it's like Base 10 or whatever, but Michael, it's like you and me, and like we're gonna. And then he started saying something like, it was like I messaged him for a couple hours that day because he was like distraught, and I thought we were like friends, so I was like, okay, whatever. And then he was like, Michael, I just want you to know that there's going to be a time coming up pretty soon where I'm not going to be able to be streaming anymore. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I don't really want to go into it, but like when I'm gone, like you're going to be running this. And I was like, this is very weird. 2 days later, he does the stream where he shaves his head. And I was like, what's happening
on a stream?
Yeah, he did that for stream. What's happening? I can't remember the exact words, but it was implied to me that he had cancer. He implied to me that he had cancer. And I have dealt with someone like this in my high school in the past. There was literally a girl in my high school that was in the theater department with us that died of cancer. And then the next year, another kid in the group said that he had cancer, but he was lying to get like attention. It was a whole terrible situation. And my red flags were going really, really quick.
Sure.
And I kind of like started backing away a little bit. And then I woke up one morning and I had been booted from that Discord. And he was telling people there that I had said some mean comment about his mom or something.
Yeah, so you guys were playing Fall Guys or something one night, and I wasn't there. I wasn't watching that night, but what he was very good at was as soon as he booted you, he would suck onto the next person, and then he would talk shit about that previous person. So after he booted you, he came to me, and then it was like shit talking you, and I was like, it's not going to happen with Grawb. Like, he tried to convince me otherwise, and I was like, yeah, you're not going to get through it with me because your personality and the way you interact with me, I'm like, Grob's like the sweetest guy on Twitch. I'm like, what but yeah, that's how it worked. I did not know about the shaving head thing. That's new news for me.
Yeah.
And I remember I listened to a podcast about that. Like, there are people that unfortunately do that, and it's
yeah.
I mean,
it's weird. Did you know if he ever announced it, like on stream or anything, or?
I don't think he did.
He just
I
left
think
it
he
implied.
was just, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he never straight up told me this, but he kept saying that he was going to be gone for a while, and then his streams are going to be intermittent because of appointments that he was going to have. And I was like, I know what you're trying to get me to believe. Like, you're sitting with a bald head, and he'd sometimes wear a scarf around his head to get that look. And nobody noticed it because he didn't bring it up. But I was like, I know what look you're trying to go for right now, and it's fucked up. I'm so fucked. It makes me so mad. Yeah, it's infuriating. It's actually infuriating.
I'm not by neither training nor trade a psychologist. I have a degree in it. That doesn't really mean anything. But unfortunately for me in my life, I have, because it's a non-trivial number of the population, I have dealt with a lot of narcissists. And having this full, like, I didn't have this much view on his behavior before, but that's what this is. This is like, this is literally the narcissist playbook, like divide and conquer. Like, that other guy's a shithead, but you're super important to me. You're the best. And saying that to everybody. And trying to play them against each other so that no one loves anyone more than they love the narcissist. That's the whole plan. Do anything it takes, and everything's okay. You can't do anything wrong because you're perfect. So the narcissist. So
yeah.
And
it was go ahead.
It's like there's only one little other part that happened in the original thing before like my time with that thing is done, and then like because you were with Base 10 ReviveMichael for a lot longer than I was. But he sent me a message, and he was like, essentially like, oh, it's been a long time coming. You said this terrible stuff about my my mom, which I think you're gonna start telling a story that maybe was that. I remember him doing a Hollow Knight speedrun, and his mom came in the background, and the only interaction I had with his mom was like, "Hey, mom," I can't remember. I'm sure she had a name. She's a human being. She has a name. But I was like, "I'll donate 100 bits if you cover his eyes right now."
Yeah.
Like as a funny bit, like, and that's the only interaction I ever remember with that.
Which,
if
for
I
the
ever
record,
made a your mom joke, it was just a your mom joke.
That's how
It's
he
pretty
phrased
funny.
it. He never gave specifics, but it was like, yeah, he made a your mom joke, and I was like, okay.
But
like,
I don't remember doing that. But like, I mean, why would I remember doing it? But well, whatever. But he sent me this big long thing, and then he was also like, "Oh yeah, and you're not really like you don't post your go lives in the Discord and all that stuff." And I was like, "Well, I gave you a link to the bot that you can do this automatically, and you didn't want to do it, and you didn't want to, even though you said that it was your channel, your Discord and my Discord, you are." Running it as if it's your own thing, only promoting yourself on it. I have channels that some of us can't post to where you're promoting just yourself. And then are also saying that you refuse to add this bot that everyone could just automatically have the go lives show up in. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, like, don't, and then he shadow bans me. I think I would have been kicked out for like 2 or 3 days before I even noticed. Because he didn't even like talk to me about it. Because he's a fucking.
He never talked to anybody about it. It was just ban and then move on. And with my side of things, what I always noticed from the background is with you specifically, Rob, you had a pretty nice community of people like that were coming your way, into your stream. You were growing pretty quick on your side, and it was beautiful. I mean, who wouldn't want to watch Grawb? Come on now, go follow the Grawb. But what I noticed with him was a mixture of wanting to maybe like however you want to put it, wanting to use you, and then also being jealous of you at the same time. And that's what I always saw. It was like this idea that he kind of wanted to work together with you, but obviously it was always for his benefit. But then he was also mad at you for like having like this community and like having your independency. But then he treated everybody like that too. He treated anybody that was a streamer in that community like that. If you were an independent streamer, which he marketed to all of us, was like, you can be independent and you can do your own thing. It's just a little bit of work. And you're like, yeah, well, okay, like I'll raid you. Like this is easy stuff. But then it all turned into like, you're not doing enough. And I will say, when I started streaming, because that was very early on for all of us. I was only just a few months into my stream, I believe. And the anxiety as soon as I was in that group never left until the day I was out. And the day I was out, I actually called you, Grawb. I remember I was in.
I remember
a long conversation. Just
I was
venting.
so happy.
Yeah, yeah. And I hated it. Like I was really overwhelmed, and I remember I was like venting to people about it, and like, what do you like? Just leave. And there was a part of me that the reason I didn't leave is that I wanted to like tell him off. Like I wanted to talk with him and be like, you are a piece of shit. Excuse my language. But the same story happened with me, but it was a little different where I got like consistent amounts of like bits and gift subscriptions from him. I'm sure all of you did, but like a heavy number from him.
Oh yeah.
For like about a week. And then and then it just like, and then once he gave the whole speech that I'm not going to go into because everyone got the same speech about the group, it was just done. Never came to my stream again. Never saw him again, but we still communicated every day. And there were a couple other people. So 2 people that were like kind of the last fleas in this group was a guy named Huskerman.
Oh yeah.
Who I think still has an account.
Yep, he's still around. He's a nice guy. Like he was also looped in there, I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, very good guy. Nothing against Husky at all. And then a guy named Peter, Peter came into my stream. So he was
the Australian guy?
Yeah, he's an Australian
guy.
Him. He's awesome. He's awesome. He's from Australia. Him and I found each other on stream before. And so I kind of grabbed him too. And actually, Peter had a cousin who, after all of us were done, he kept modding for him. So I would try to get like, every once in a while I couldn't help myself. I'm like, hey, Peter, you got got any deets on what's going on with him? But there was nothing. But after you got banned, yeah, like I said, he kind of tried to like remarket everything. We had this like meeting, this professional meeting. Got my suit and tie on.
For a bunch of fucking streamers.
And there was nobody in there. Like it was just, I kept seeing people just, it was like in Incredibles when Mr. Incredible, the main guy, he's looking and it shows all of the heroes that have been killed off. That's what it was like for me. I kept seeing like everyone in front of me just getting destroyed. And I was like, what is going on? But we finally had this discussion about like everything we needed to do differently. And everything came around how much more effort we had to put in. And I'm like, I told him, I'm like, you are so unrealistic. Like, I have a job. I'm like, I don't stream full time. I'm like, I don't know what you're doing streaming 12 hours a day. But like, I have to pay bills, my brother. So I don't know what to tell you. And the rest of us do.
His parents paid his rent.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Which is like, fine. If you're in that situation, good for you.
Sure.
But don't put the expectation that everyone else can do.
Yeah.
12 hours of streaming a day.
It's so over the top crazy that anyone would think that, even if you had that, like, silver spoon situation, which again, yeah, good for him, but like to just like give everyone else shit for not pulling extra weight to benefit his like really terrible stream experience. Well, I mean, it was the kickoff for me was the last time I saw the guy, which is like sort of like, I don't know when it happened in the timeline here. I think it was before you had this meeting, maybe, but maybe not. I was in his stream, and a number of people that at the time overlapped with his stream and mine and Grawb's, and yours, Revives, and he was trying to thing, and during this,
that's all I did
in this window, like everyone was, I don't remember what the hell they were saying, but they were chanting something silly. It may as well have been they were all saying farts go poof, farts go poof. It was something as inane as that, and they were just saying it, and he didn't laugh or engage with his chat at all. I mean, okay, maybe he's focused on the run, whatever, but then he got raided, and it was like 10 people, and I don't know if he's ever been raided before. But he left. He's like, "Oh, hi, welcome on the raid." And of course, his chat, the people who've been in the whole time, was like 7 or 8 people, just said, "Welcome, farts go poof, farts go poof." And some of the people who came in on the raid also said, "Farts go poof." Now, I think of the streamers on the air, 100% of us, if we were in that situation, would also be saying the same fucking thing. Right, you get in there with your chat. Farts go poof. Farts go poof. Welcome everybody. Farts go poof. Farts do go poof. And then that's like the in joke. Right? You bring them in. That's this normal showmanship, showfolkship. It's fine, but that's not what did. No, he instead decided to yell at his chat. He berated them and said, "Stop doing that. What the fuck are you doing? It's so stupid. You're gonna make people feel not welcome. Like, this is not how you welcome people. Stop it. Knock it off. It's irresponsible." Just like lectured them. It was really fucking uncomfortable. It won't surprise you all to learn that the raid, all of them just left, and then his viewership like dropped from there too. And from there, as far as I know, like a couple of them, maybe I think they tried to talk to him offline and been like, "Are you okay?" Like that was a really not a great way to do that. I didn't do this, but the people who did told me later that he just doubled down and told them also that they were wrong. And that was it. A lot. I mean, Sassy just started coming to our streams and stopped going to his, right? And then like, I mean, she's a core part of the community. And like, so that was the end of that. And he managed to, I mean, he grew as a solo streamer stuff, but he was just constantly screaming and yelling at his computer. And like every time he died, he was like swearing. So it's one of those streams, which I mean, there are people that don't mind watching that when watching speedrun attempts.
He gave me anxiety watching him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is funny because all of his his BR back screens and stuff were everything said good vibes only.
This is not a single good vibe. No, there was not a single good vibe in that entire experience.
I only think when I hear good vibes only, I'm like, it's a lie.
Yeah.
I don't ever believe good vibes only.
He was known for that, Thades. You reminded me though that he was one of the only people I've ever really see, like other than if you like go look it up, but just in people I knew on stream that would yell at his chat. Yeah. I knew he did that more than once. He would get mad at his chat and it was super awkward. And then the the other thing was like his, and I don't mean to like label this, but like he just had such a terrible attitude on stream, and like I don't know if that like is just his resting face. I like maybe give him the benefit of the doubt, but I'm not going to.
I think we're past that.
He looked so pissed off when he was streaming
all the time.
Like he did not look happy. He would just kind of look sulk, turn his head, look at chat. Oh, hey, Revive, yeah. And then like unless he was having a good night where someone rated him and he had a bunch of views, a bunch of gift subs, like he would then come back into that base 10 Discord and say happy thoughts. But if it wasn't like that, which it always wasn't like that, he would get pretty angry. And if he didn't have good nights, he wouldn't blame anyone from his community all the way, or he would, but he would blame us more.
Sure.
Like he would blame us for not growing, not being there. And then it got to a point where I didn't know anybody in that Discord. I only knew Peter and Husky. I only knew the streamers. I didn't know who any of these viewers were. He never rated me. And because he streamed way before and way after my streams, I streamed for like 2-3 hours at most. So I never got a raid from him, and I never knew these people, and it just was like it didn't make any sense anymore. And also my own community wasn't interested going there. Like they would, if I would raid him, after a while, like one of the last few raids I gave him, my community just didn't seem interested in his content. Yeah. Because of his fucking attitude.
Yeah, he's a shitty person. He's not fun to watch.
I mean, the hell of it is, I feel like the kid probably isn't happy, or at least wasn't happy, and my heart goes out to him as far as it can. Streaming is not the place to work that shit out. Like, the kid was doing the opposite of that. Like, he really needs to, I mean, he needed to go to therapy, to sit with himself, like, work out whatever's going on with him, because I don't think it was that good, given the other shit. So, like, yeah, I feel for him, and not the kind of chat that a lot of people want to sit in when it's very toxic.
Yeah, and
not at all.
Yeah, and I don't remember what finally lit off my I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what like sparked me at the end. I can't remember specifics, but I think what happened was he was talking shit about me now to like Peter, this Australian streamer.
Right.
And Peter came to me and told me, and I blew up. And I was like, you are like such a freaking liar. I'm like, you have played all of us. And I gave in on him. I sent a very long chat to him, and then he just banned me. And that was all. I didn't get anything. And that's how he did everyone. He didn't hear anybody out. He didn't hear any type of argument. He wouldn't argue with you. If you were against him or you said anything somewhat against him, then he would just ban. Like it was like you're gone. So, and I was like, you know what, good. And like I was so relieved when I got banned. I was like, good. Like I didn't want to be in this shit show for so long. I don't know why it took me so long. Because
at least you had that like moment of relief.
Yeah.
Because
I felt so good.
When I got banned, I was like, I felt like I had been like, it was a little bit gaslit. And I was like, did I say something bad? Did I like lose the trust of my community? I was like, do I just stop streaming? I thought I was going to like lose my community. I thought I was going to lose everybody. And turns out like I was wrong, like, cause everyone probably saw it quick, but like he is just not, oh my gosh. It was a very stressful situation. I thought, cause I was like the first one in, first one out. Besides that guy, but nobody else really like. It was before like the group had really like been able to talk at all, so I didn't really know him, and it was somebody he knew in real life. So
I remember when we had our phone call right after I banned. I was like, "Grawb, are you online?" Like, why did he ban me? I was like, "Grawb, I got to talk to you." And I remember you talking about like your insecurity with it, and I remember we just hyped each other up like crazy because I mean, like. It's like how it's so difficult. I can't imagine someone trying to talk shit about Grawb. Like, it's like, what are you trying to do? We all like have seen him stream, and I definitely can understand how you felt because it's like you were in this position. You were like I said, first one in, first one out. There's all these people you've met along the way. What do they think of you now? Because this person's shit talking from behind. And for me, I was raised different. Like I knew what Grawb was like.
Michaels are
like,
built different.
Michaels are built different.
different.
But it was like I was like, I'm not gonna fall for this bullshit. I still supported him like I supported you way more than when I was in base 10. So yeah, it was a crazy time.
It was wild. So one other note that two other things that he said to me in his breakup message to me when I finally was like, hey,
he jumped it.
Yeah, I mean, that's essentially what it was.
Yeah.
One, he's tried to take credit for my community because he rated me one time. And he was like, you're only where you're at because of me. And I was like, what do you... I'm confused.
That is
like, what do you mean?
not how this site works.
What do you mean?
It's not how this site works.
Which was very strange. And also, I think one of the reasons, like, I was the first probably one targeted is because just like numerically at the time, I had the most regular viewers out of anyone else in there. And that's why I think he poached me and tried to siphon me as fast as he could.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And then get me out, which was like awkward. Like it's not about numbers, but like just I did have more than anyone else then at the time. And then after that, I told you before, like while he was streaming and I was streaming, he would gift subs to my community. He kept doing that after he banned me. He kept trying
to
poke
That's
people.
schemy.
Yeah.
It's so schemy.
And
then the other part of this story is what happened 3 weeks ago, a month ago.
Oh my God! Yeah, you talking about?
I was streaming. Yeah, I was streaming, and someone comes into chat with a name that is not the name that he had before, but is a name very similar, and they just say hello, but it doesn't say first time chatter. I never gotten around to banning. I was just like, if he shows up, I'll ban him. Like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I didn't ban him either.
I don't think I banned him actually. I don't think so.
And so he shows up. It says hello. I'm like, hi, and he was like, it's me. And I was like, oh yeah, I kind of thought so. Hi. And I was very good. Sarah Face complimented me on it later. I was not mean, but I was dismissive. But he was like, he came into my chat, said hello, said it's me. And then he was like, I just want to let you know that I sent you a long message on, like a personal message on Twitch. You can read it after the stream. Okay, bye. And I said, okay.
I would have showed up anyway, big guy. But okay, yeah.
And then the message was a long apology. But the apology was not like, hey, I was young and I just made some mistakes and I really want to be friends or whatever. Like it was like everything I did was wrong and everything you did was right. And I shouldn't have taken credit for like whatever just because I gave you one puny little raid and stuff. And I was like, the way you're still like quantifying everything and like I didn't remember that he had tried to take credit for my stream from the raid until he had said that in the apology message, because like I didn't hold on to it like that, but like he was bringing up very specific stuff that I had to like look back at the Discord conversation to like remember what we were talking about. And then he was like, "Oh yeah, if we could just be friends or whatever, just like." Whatever, and I was like, this is fucking weird, and I talked to Sarah Face, who also got a message, by the way, from him.
Interesting.
And she pointed out to me, because I was just kind of like in a weird headspace at that point, because I was like, this guy I thought was my friend, and then was an asshole, and now he's messaging me and what's happening, and Sarah pointed out the very obvious thing, that he came into my chat and made sure that my community knew, because he probably saw a lot of the same names, made sure that my community knew that he sent an apology. You might have wanted to make sure everybody knew,
or just cause some kind of scene for people to see.
Well,
I'm not sure if it was that, but either way, he was trying to play the apology game to his own benefit, and I pretty much just told him like, "Yeah, man, the whole situation fucking sucked, and I think it's for the best if we just this is the end of our communication, like, because like."
Yeah.
Fuck off. Like,
it is.
I don't need to invite that kind of stress into my life.
Yeah,
I don't need to.
The apology is like, that's another smoking gun for me. By the way, I have a hammer and everything's in the nail right now. And so like that apology, it's a non-apology. What he was doing there was not like taking ownership for the things he fucked up. He was saying, I am terrible, have pity for me. And you were doing well, but you should have pity for me, to try and twist the situation away from an actual apology into you feeling bad for him and remembering that he's perfect because he's a narcissist. That's a narcissist apology. That's what that is. It's a honeypot, because a lot of folks who are susceptible to the narcissist cookbook would be like, oh, no, you're not terrible. You did some right things. You're not that bad. Everyone makes mistakes, like to put you on the defensive for the narcissist. That's exactly what that structure is. And so for those of you at home who have people in your lives who do this kind of shit, I hope that you get something out of this. Don't fall for those traps. Because that's a lot of, I mean, it's like 1 in 20 people. Like, it's a high number of folks have this. And narcissists don't go to get therapy because they don't need it. They're perfect. So
I feel like that was a big reason why I had issues leaving so right away, especially myself, my personality. I feel guilt very strongly, very easily. That and especially with Peter being there, because I was super close with Peter. So it kind of sucked, like, just to me, like, just like be like, yeah, I'm just out of here. And that's why it was until like something finally sparked. But yeah, he never with me made me necessarily feel bad all the time, because I think for me, I wasn't statistically helpful for him anyways. Like, I was too much of a small streamer, and I still am, which is another reason why personally I feel like he never reached out to me either. After all this, because Grawb, you have an amazing community now, and I don't stream for numbers at all. Like, I have a job, like, I work, I have a girlfriend, I have an amazing family. I'm very blessed with a lot of great things I have in my life. So streaming is just an amazing hobby that I personally have, that I was able to fund myself, and I continue to do so when I can. So it's never, with him, it almost seemed like it became, I don't know, like a life or death situation with him with it. Like, was be a big streamer and make it, or don't. Well, so he was going to go to any routes possible to do so.
Being a narcissist is not fun, right? I mean, every time anything he does that seems weird, look at it through that lens, it makes more sense. Like, he's responsible for Grawb's chat. Grawb stole them. It doesn't make sense that Grawb stole them, because the moment they behold the majesty, the narcissist, they would of course flock to him and never go see Grawb again, right? I mean, the rub for me here is that there are people in chat who've been saying the whole time, and I see you, and I thank you very much for saying thank you for saving us from this. We didn't really do that, and not consciously, but I think it is really, I think about this a lot, and I've never said this on air, so I get to say it now finally. We did what he was trying to do, and we did it accidentally. He wanted to build a system of a group of people that would support each other, a community that was strong and would rate each other and have shared viewerships. And we did that. And all we did was be cool to each other. That's all it took. And also, it helps that none of us are narcissists, I think, right? And none of us are narcissists. I think that helps too a little bit.
So next steps, we got to make a group Discord, and we'll plan out our streams so we all stream at different times, so we can constantly have a raid schedule.
Oh my God!
Does that sound good to everybody?
So
yes,
don't worry, I'll take care of it. By the way, my stream schedule, I'm streaming 24 hours a day now.
I knew this was coming. Grawb, you stole our community. I mean, actually,
it's all the long con, baby.
I did think about that a little bit.
Bring Thades into a community stream.
I knew this is the community stream. I put you all on the air. So you can you can take the viewers. I mean, people, I can't stream all the time, and you all fill in gaps, and people sometimes, I mean, we've all seen this. There were people who came to my chat initially and then went to Grawb's chat, and they stayed there. Why? His schedule works better for them. They like the atmosphere. They like the games he plays more than the games I play. It's not that they don't like me. That's the stream they feel better, and there are other people in there they jive with whose schedules work there. That's how the site works. People stay in places that match their schedule, match the vibe they want, the feelings they want, and the people who are also there with them. That's all it is. And there's overlap, but it's never going to be 100%. And that's okay. That's what we want. And do I wish we had one community Discord? kind of. Managing a Discord's annoying, and now Ceci's going to set her own up because it's the thing you got to do. And I'm thinking maybe we don't have to do that, but then she'll have like 1 million Pokemon fans. And how do we do that? I don't know how to manage a community Discord. I don't know. We can't take notes from the previous experiences, so I'm at a loss.
While I'm holding this cute hamster, I think Thades, you're Thades is a very intellectual speaker. I have to give you credit for that.
Oh, thanks.
I feel like I'm like that person in the shower singing. I always know what I want to say, but I can never speak it live at all. You are a very great speaker, but I feel like you nailed it really well there. That we're all still together because we're all very just cool people and we're chill and there's no pressure we're ever going to put on each other. We're never going to remember that time like Thades rated me, but I didn't rate him back or something like that. We're all here to support each other at the end of the day. I'm up 6, ReviveMichael. You only had rated me 4 times, so
Can you imagine keeping track of that shit? Like, oh my god,
no.
I might have a good estimate for the number of times I've rated you, Grawb, just because I raid you almost every Friday. So I could probably pitch the number of times I've done it. But
I mean, you put it like that, yeah.
Sorry, Revive.
That's pretty true.
But I know I was just saying I'm very happy, especially from people in your community. The names I still always recognize. Like even if they're not always coming to say hi to my stream, I'm always so happy when one of y'all raid me and I get to say hi to those people, or even be invited to something like this. Now it's really come full circle. That I'm a very happy guy, and we love streaming and we love animals. And this is my hamster Hazel, and she's a Syrian hamster / fancy bear hamster, and she's a very, very good girl, and we love her.
I mean, for those of you who don't know ReviveMichael, because ReviveMichael, you took a bit of time off at some point. Your schedule changed because you hadn't been quite as frequent, but he's back. He's back now, and he'll fill in some more gaps for you. He plays games like we play. Plays a bunch of Skyrim. He's playing Ori right now. I've seen you play Dark Souls. He's going to match the vibe for you all. So definitely follow him and fill in your gaps in your schedule.
Also, like, can't find a more real, more entertaining, more lighthearted, more energetic person. Takes a lot for me to say someone might be more energetic than me. Michael's got the vibes.
I don't have the best setup in games like y'all do and the amazing overlays and things, but I try to just use my personality, try to be as entertaining as I can. And I also play a decent amount of scary games. Like I'm not good at them. I get scared very easily, but people enjoy. Yeah, people enjoy spooking me a lot on my stream. So. But I really appreciate that.
You have good Fraggy vibes.
Yeah, Fraggy vibes.
For some people will know exactly what I mean.
We need some more Fraggy vibes, actually. Yeah,
Fraggy's so good. Fraggy doesn't blink. But I really appreciate that. And honestly, I'm not even kidding. I'm not just saying this because I'm here, but like you two, like when it comes to streamers, I've always really looked up to. And I'm just talking like little things, not only just from like the personalities and the way you engage, but like your audio, the lights, like I've asked Grawb for help. Grawb made my ReviveMichael title that's in my overlay. Like he built it for me.
Oh yeah.
And I still use it. It's old as hell. I still use it. And
I felt weird because I can't remember if it was before or after the whole like I'm not in base 10 anymore thing. But I was like, ReviveMichael, I just thought of a cool way to write your name and have like the heartbeat thing.
I still use it. It's my favorite. But
thank you, Remy.
I just know your lighting. Yeah, the lighting is so good. This is what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, I have a cool little app so I can like, if I open the right thing, I can just like at the push of a button, like do whatever colors we want to do. It's fun, but you can set scenes to save as well. So I have my Pokemon Scarlet and Violet scene.
Oh, heck yeah.
So cool.
I'm quite happy with it.
That light is nice. I might need to give me one of those.
It's a leg lamp. It's a tiny little leg lamp from Christmas Story.
Oh
my god, is it a leg lamp?
Wait,
it's literally a leg lamp.
Oh wow. It actually is a leg.
Hold on.
Fragile. That is amazing.
That is. I'm without words.
Can you see it?
Yes.
We can see it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. It's Italian. Fragile. Fragile one-y.
All right, you have fun. Hazel, go run around.
No, they're not that fancy. They're like they're not Philips Hue or anything. They're like $30 Amazon 2-pack of like the app that you download it with is like poorly translated from Chinese. So like if I want to like add a device, I gotta figure out how to do it because the words for it are so funny. It says click enter to add, and then it says I have understood. Off on, enter to add, and then there's a check mark down the bottom that says I have understood, and then you can click it, and then you can add your device. It is very janky, but it works. It works fine.
Yeah, if it works,
That is an amazing find.
Yeah,
there we go. Thank you, though, so much for inviting me here. I'm so happy, and I would love to join more of these in the future if y'all ever need another person.
It's time I get to talk to you, like with voices again, ReviveMichael. I feel like it's been so long.
It has been a long time, and I did take a pretty decent hiatus, especially because in the summer, like I moved and I was just honestly, me and my girlfriend do a lot of stuff together. So yeah,
I just moved and I didn't stop streaming, so maybe you need to like work a little harder.
Jesus Christ.
Support your career.
You don't take this streaming seriously enough. I don't either, so it's fine.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I'm back. I stream usually twice a week at most, but this is the third time this week. So
that's a really healthy cadence, honestly.
Yeah,
two times a week is really, really smart. It's not that people don't forget you, they want to hang out, but also you're not like spending as much time as I am fixing everything that breaks.
Yeah.
It could be more about the buttons than it is the time I stream, but yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm glad we finally like talked about that whole situation like fully on stream.
It was really good, right? I think we just like didn't allow ourselves to do it for a long time. I thought he had stopped streaming. I mean, maybe he had stopped and came back and changed his name. I'm not sure, but like it's the kind of thing that we
my wife is like very much like she's going to school to be a private investigator. She gets that kind of investigatory bug.
Oh.
So I told her I don't want updates, but she's like she would go on Sully Gnome and follow his stats or whatever, and then one day he disappeared. And then the other week I told her when he came back, and like I don't think he ever stopped really.
He just changed his name. Got it. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but off stream you gotta tell me the name. I'm sorry. I know I can be like a dick. I'm not gonna obviously.
No, it's fine.
Because I stalked him for every once in a while. I would have a dark thought come up and be reminded. So I would go see how he was doing, and it was the same. It was the same thing over there.
I'm pretty sure his stream looks exactly the same. I think it still says like has that generic the scene that you can buy from like Nerd or Die or something that's just good vibes only. I'm pretty sure he still got it.
I mean, I feel
radical.
Yeah, I feel for the kid. Good. I feel for the kid. I have compassion for everybody, but it is really difficult in circumstances like this. Like he was. I saw him be so cruel to people, like directly observed, and just like so many reports from so many people we know who just had like terrible experiences with him. And I mean, I know people who are vulnerable to that exact kind of behavior, and they can be very hurt by that kind of stuff. They'd be trapped, like unable to ever leave. They'd follow him everywhere, and that's the kind narcissists seek people out like that without really knowing they're doing it. Just like they're
seek empaths.
Yeah.
Don't like if you're a very empathetic person, you gotta be on the lookout.
Yeah, be very guarded about that stuff. So
yeah, I'm going to check some old DMs right now with Peter to see if
feels so bad. Like I really liked Peter, but I think I was out so quick. I think I got he badmouthed me to him so much. I went into his stream a couple times. And I talked to him. He wouldn't he wouldn't acknowledge my messages or anything. I was like, oh, okay, bye, friend.
Yeah, Peter had a pretty intense couple of years with things in his personal life, so he hasn't streamed in quite a while. But yeah, I think we talked everything in person. I was trying to see if I could find any DMs. Yeah, I did find this first DM that just says, hey brother, I hope you're all right. If you want to chat outside of base 10, just let me know. And so I just found
you in.
Right. Yeah, I think this was when I was still in there. So, and then something here saying like, I hope you don't think I was attacking you. I really want us to all succeed. I would be sick to be able to do this full time. I'm so happy I made it through this. I met you, and can't wait to see where this goes. So still talking about base 10 there, but eventually I know he got out, and same with Huskerman, who like, by the way, a couple months ago started streaming again himself, and I was like, hey, I'm like, been a while. I'm like, remember that whole thing? And he reacted the same exact way. He was like, you just started chuckling a little bit. I was just like, oh yeah, that shit show. So I don't know when they got banned or what ended up happening, but you know what? I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot. This will be
don't.
I'm sorry. I just remembered.
That's what this is. Go for it.
I just remember what happened. He just disbanded it at the end. He eventually, he said, you know what? This is my community. Like, this isn't working. And he basically like took credit for pulling in most of those viewers, which, I mean, took credit like right. Like, those were his viewers at the end of the day, but
but he was mad because we weren't funneling enough people to the group Discord that he was eventually going to take for himself anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So like, he just basically kicked them out.
And how long ago was it that you were kicked out of / left base 10?
Like, how long was I in there?
Well, how long ago was it?
Oh my gosh. Like, since then, like, so how many years has it? Like, it's been like a year and a half, hasn't it? I don't even, maybe more.
A year and a half since you left base 10?
Maybe longer, I would think, because it was like,
I thought you were in there for like a good amount of months before but I guess I've been streaming for like almost 2.5 years now.
We've been streaming for about the same amount of time. Thades, have you been that long too, right?
I think I started a little bit after Grawb, like a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're right around the same time.
Yeah, we're all around the same time. But like, I know I was just like 3 months into streaming when I met him.
Yeah.
And then I was in that group for, I think, also just a few months, maybe 2 months. I'm not even sure, to be honest.
You were in there longer than 2 months.
Yeah, I think so.
Definitely in there longer than 2 months.
Yeah, but I think like there was a part of it where we all just kind of started ignoring each other for a while.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Like, you know, because
I'm not implying you were active in there, because I can't imagine what you'd be talking about every single day.
It was so awkward. I never interacted with his viewers, and the thing is, I was even kind of nervous and scared to. Which I mean, people don't know me here that well, but like, I'm a very, not trying to boast, I'm a very confident person. I'm not like someone that gets anxiety that easily about things like this, But that was one of these moments where I was like, I don't even feel comfortable chatting in this Discord. I'm like, you know, people don't know me. I would put my tag in when I go online. I would put in there, and then eventually I stopped because it didn't do anything for me. And also, I was so out of the loop with this community, it didn't really matter anymore. So yeah. And then that's when we had that meeting, the business meeting.
The business
meeting.
And then shortly after that, I left.
Oh my god. It was wild. I don't like the way it happened, but I am very glad that I was like an early out person, because I got to that point of like, oh yeah, I'm not the one wrong here much quicker. Like than I would have been if I had been in there longer. Which is I guess a blessing. But good lord, that whole situation was a mess, and it led to good stuff, and led to me meeting some wonderful people. But I also feel like we could have met under circumstances that weren't like the shittiest.
Yeah, we probably would have found each other anyway. I should say, but. So sometimes people find each other in really shitty jobs.
I didn't know Thades wasn't in the group. I didn't know that.
Oh, I mean, really want to be in the group. I mean, I had a pretty active Frolic of the Mouth viewership, and the numbers were okay. It was about the time I was making friends with Quinn, and Quinn was also growing. And so, like, I remember I suggesting, regret this, but it never came to anything, and I think I know why. I suggested, you could talk to Quinn, because Quinn also might be looking for that kind of a thing too. And he never reached out to Quinn, to my knowledge, and he was looking for people. And Quinn had a lot of people in there. I thought, why would he not reach out to them? And then I found out that he reached out to Grawb recently, and I guess to Sarah. And like, well, why not me? Because I was early on, and there was no bad blood with me. he just kind of fizzled out. So why not
Mhm.
me?
If he
My
would've
hype.
shown up and been like, "Oh, just hi."
Yeah, I mean, why not? I have a hypothesis that he's a transphobe because like why else would he have not talked to Quinn early on when he was looking for people and he was like asking me for people specifically? Like, why not Quinn? Quinn was playing the same games,
Was it-
had the same energy, had a lot of people. Like, why not Quinn? And why didn't
Was
he come
there
back here?
anyone in the group that wasn't like
A cis
at
white
least,
guy?
at the very least, like a outwardly presenting straight white guy?
They were all straight white guys, yeah, all of them. Except for we talked to
My
clubs
God,
once and
wait a
gave.
second.
No, it was for real. That's 100% true. At the time, Quinn was non-binary.
To be fair, I'm half Latino. But
Oh, apologies.
Okay, so
apologies.
all is forgiven.
We had one.
I'm just kidding. Like I don't look Latino, so like I get it. Like that was great.
I'm a but so the guy, yeah, and so like clubs is very outwardly gay, and I was really hoping to get him on the show tonight. He was in early. It was 1 a.m. when the show starts for him in the UK, so he couldn't be on.
Wow.
And I'm gonna have to talk to him after to catch up on his point of view, and I'll catch y'all next week after I talk to him about it. But like he had some kind of I don't want to say relationship, but some kind of contact that resulted in clubs saying very nasty things about Onmiway, like just not okay with him at all. And I had thought that maybe clubs had been in base 10 or was courted for base 10. But I mean, the demographics of base 10 were overwhelmingly not that. And so like, I don't think so.
I have to know.
I have to know too.
That is- yeah,
I knew
wait,
that, like,
what the-
clubs
wake
in
him up.
Onmiway, like knew, but
Wake
I didn't
him
know that
up.
there was like beef.
There's beef.
I
Yeah.
didn't
Oh
know
yeah.
that
Oh
either.
yeah. There's beef. Yeah. So.
Oh, I'm so excited. I have to know.
So
Yeah, me too.
Stay tuned for
I
part
have
2.
to.
Dish me that tea. Pour it into my teacup. I want to sip it. I have
wonder-
to know.
I wonder if clubs would be interested in talking about that on his stream because I'm in his streams a lot. So I might just like give him bits and be like, "You want to talk about this?"
You can,
Obviously,
right?
I don't want to push any boundaries, but
Oh yeah, I don't know. I'll reach out to him privately
Yes.
first to see if it's a thing that we'll see. I mean, it's probably fine.
and you knew Quinn back then as well, Thades?
Yeah. Quinn rated me because we were both of this at the time were playing Darkest Dungeon, and they were looking for someone to raid.
I didn't know you knew Quinn.
Very
Oh,
early.
that's
Yeah, it was
awesome,
like
right?
month 5 or 6. Or
That was
something
a
of my streaming.
moment. I was in your chat when Quinn rated you too, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" And then you guys started like talking, and I was like, "Oh, this is like." Could already tell. I was like, "Okay, the community's different now in a good way."
Yeah.
like,
Now he's having Thanksgiving. He had Thanksgiving.
But things have changed. Yeah.
that
That's
was over there.
crazy. That is crazy.
Just because I painted the rainbow on
Got
my
some
stream.
turkey
That's all it
leg.
took. Just rainbows. Just paint the rainbows on the stream. Here, we got rainbows. There we go.
Oh my god,
Oh, look at that.
beautiful.
That's really nice.
Now, do you have one scene built for every shade of every color, or is this one? Like, I'm still trying to add up.
I mean, so this is a filter toggle on the frame.
Huh.
And because it's a filter toggle and not a source, I can't do a source transition to it. Almost everything else source transitions or scene transitions in with the little glitchy thing or like the pixelation in or out. Or like, sweeps for certain things that move like that, right? So sweeps look good for these. Each of those is a fact that the clouds and the rainbow are nested scenes with videos of pre-renders I made in OBS using whatever that fucking one of the shader plugins, OBS shader filter, I think. And so those are nested scenes. And I kind of wish I had made my frame a nested scene or multiple sources so I could use source transitions between them. But I did ultimately decide too many buttons. I don't want to do this right now. And I never went back and did it. So it's one of those things on the back burner. I'm like, this one thing does not look as good coming on as I want it to. But there's enough going on. It's okay. I have enough to work on that I don't need to fix that problem right now. This is
You
a
were
nested scene with a
explaining
filter.
this like so. I'm like, what is going?
There's this.
You
there's
know
this,
the move transition plugin, right?
Yes.
Right, of course.
So I do
Because of that.
use the move transition plugin. In fact, that's how I do my zoom outs. That's the move transition plugin that does that for me.
Yeah.
And I did think about doing a thing where my camera zipped all over the place, and I wanted to use it to have. I still have a plan. I'm pretty sure I can very easily have Little Mac punch my camera off of the screen. The reason I have not done that is because I'm so sorry we were doing this together. So on this screen, if I turn on all of these, every one of these cameras that I can put around the screen, all of them are independent scenes, and because of the different transforms on them, so you can see on the other side of the screen they're mirrored, so I'm looking the right way for the game. And it's just not, because of the way all of the effects are nested in the cameras, putting Little Mac outside of it would have involved a whole bunch of really annoying work so that I could have Little Mac punch me a reasonable direction no matter where he was on the screen. I didn't want to do that. That was just too much. That would have been like, I basically would have had to have made an entire specialized scene to do that. And
would have made another 400 scenes for that one.
Or I could have just done a single scene that punched my camera one direction, which I think a reasonable streamer would have done. Right? Like if Grawb set it up, which he probably will now, it'd be very simple. It'd be one scene, maybe a mock of his normal or a different one where he gets punched and the camera goes flying off. It's very basic. The reason I haven't done it is that to support it with all my stuff, I'd want it so that no matter where my camera was, it would get punched somewhere. Because I'm really picky about how I do my stuff here. It's just too much. Ergo, I'd have buttons for Little Mac punching me in random directions, which would be very funny, but would take me a week to do. And then if it ever broke, it's a lot.
There's a plugin, I can't remember what it's called, but the plugin does is it can sense, like, you can set a specific color. So like in your case, it would be like if you put 1 pixel of your camera frame as a slightly different green, you can have very specific, and you could literally tell it like if it's on the left or right side of your screen, the top or bottom of your screen, a specific spot of your screen, and then you could have variables come in for which direction, even if you just want half, if like you're on one side, little punches you the opposite way.
I could probably do it with streamer bot now.
This 80s thing is so funny.
Canadian mode. Canadies.
It's Canadies.
Oh, that's good. Oh my gosh! So you need to have you need to make a class about this stuff. This is crazy.
I am not well suited to making videos that teach people OBS because my approach to OBS is, I think, not for everybody. It's just not for everybody. You'd have to have been
OBS courses for stream OBS use.
if you growing up,
all the stuff that ladies wants to get done, it gets done, and it is done in brute force, as many scenes as it takes. And it gives me so much anxiety, but like it all fucking works, which is, I mean, as much as anything on OBS will ever work for any streamer.
Yeah.
Like,
you have to make. You might throw up from this, but I actually use Streamlabs OBS. I need to move my stuff.
It's time. It's time to move to proper OBS. You get so much more stuff. There's definitely.
I knew it. This is every time I talk about this.
It's such an easy move too.
What on earth are you doing?
If you only have 6 scenes, it's an easy move. You can do it, and you'll love it. OBS, it's good for you because from Streamlabs OBS to OBS 28, it's going to be a shockingly wonderful experience for you. OBS 28 is fantastic. You're gonna like it,
and your computer will run way
better.
Yeah,
Streamlabs.
It's time.
I think it's time.
ReviveMichael, if you need help with anything, if you make the switch, let me know. That is literally like half of my job now. Mm-hmm. I'm professionally setting up OBS scenes. So if you need help,
I would love some if you ever have some creative suggestions, let me know, or can help me make something. Cause I love finicking around in OBS and all these different plugins and stuff. I just am not well resourced on what there is out there,
Yeah.
So
just figure out something that you want to do, and then there's so many backwards ass ways you can get it done. It's fucking wild. It's a lot of fun, but also I don't do as many. Thades does a lot more effects than I do. So if you want someone punching you somewhere at a specific time or whatever, that's more Thades. That's Thades. Speciality.
Punching
Step
things.
1, I would get on OBS. When I first started streaming, it was how to stream, and that was the first thing marketed to me. So
that's their whole thing.
Yeah, and it's really aesthetically nice. Streamlabs OBS. That's one thing selling point of it. But
OBS 28 brings it a lot closer to that compared to what it used to be.
Yeah,
but also,
do it.
Fuck yeah. Also, Streamlabs is a terrible company that steals everything from hardworking people. And
I heard
takes
that.
credit for themselves
Yeah,
and
they're
then
dirt.
makes money off of it.
Remy always tells me that in chat, and I'm so sorry, Remy, that it's taking me this long.
This is the
I'm just that
time.
lazy.
This is the time.
It is a lot. Don't get me wrong.
Let's do it on stream right now, all right? Put the camera.
Oh my God.
I mean, we can do that
Just
on stream if you want.
Just kidding.
If you want to join
please.
Fades 10, the only way to join Fades 10 is to switch to proper
Fades
OBS.
10!
Fades 10.
Okay.
Once you raid Thades 5 times, you unlock the beginner course for OBS.
Like a multi-level marketing scheme.
Are we going to make this
But
happen?
if those raids give less than X amount of cumulative viewers, you start over. Sorry.
I've been informed we are
I
not
just want to
going do that.
apologize to everyone out there that got sick from using Streamlabs. Oh, sorry, Thades, I cut you off.
No, it's fine. I'm at gunpoint right now. You can go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to say I apologize to everyone out there. Where would we be without OBS to save CPU on my computer?
Jordan Peterson,
Sorry.
the body of my computer, it needs help. Also, I will say it is so much. I hate this. It's so much easier to interrupt Thades than anyone else on this because when we're looking at Discord, I'm looking at your camera feed. I'm looking at Quinn's camera feed.
Right.
But on Thades', I'm looking at the feed of the stream.
And it's
and there's
delayed.
extra delay.
It's
So I
delayed,
can
yeah.
still get the visual cue when someone else is going to talk. But Thades' is delayed.
I'm the mystery.
Makes it
So we
so
don't
much
catch the voice right away.
fun.
I can't be tamed.
But that's just the name of the game.
The
I feel
number
like
of
Thades could find a workaround.
the number of scenes is
Yeah, well,
got to be.
Thades, when you upgrade to
It's
sorry,
under
when you
4.
upgrade to OBS 28, you get the option to choose a specific scene as your virtual camera instead of having whatever's on your screen as your virtual camera. So you can run the virtual camera, select that as your OBS, as your Discord camera, and it won't affect what you're displaying on stream.
Oh. Is that what you all
It's
want? Want to
super,
see my
super nice.
face? Or
I
you
know
want to
that's
see the
one thing
stream on there?
nice.
I mean, I could set it up so I have a button to flip it so that you can see the stream for polls and see my face. You know, I'll just do that. That's fine. That's no problem. I can do that. The number of scenes is definitely
virtual
below
camera I know is
400
nice
right
on
now.
OBS. It's not. Oh, okay. The virtual camera on Streamlabs it's like in beta, and it doesn't work very well. So I did Ferocious Roastin', who's in here, and another streamer for Phasmophobia, and I was like the only person that couldn't have a camera because I use Streamlabs OBS. So that's another, yeah. So I'm sure Roasty would be more excited if I switched back over and I could do more community streams where I don't have to worry about it. But you had this all taken care of, Thades. You know, I was like, great. I don't have to do anything on my end. I'm like, that's cool.
Oh, yeah. We've been doing this a long time.
Thades runs this shit.
Everyone says they like it. That's easy. You just kind of sit around and be performers, and then I worry about how busted my shit is. Which, to be fair, is pretty busted. I am really excited about switching over to that new guest star thing because it's going to simplify a lot of stuff. I won't have to do the Discord capture adjustment shit anymore, and that'll reduce the number
Is
of
there a
application
reason
captures.
you weren't using Video Ninja?
Yes. The reason I didn't use Video Ninja is specifically because it's easier to bring guests in if I tell them they're coming onto Discord. I don't have to train anybody on OBS Ninja or teach them how it works. And a lot of people are frankly scared of stuff. So like, they're scared of tech. And so like I considered it and it would make a lot of stuff better. But the Twitch guest star thing is going to simplify that for them because Twitch has streamlined the OBS Ninja stuff. Basically, it's going to log in and it gives you the screens and stuff. It makes it easy. And then I get everything I would have gotten out of Ninja, which is I'll finally have 1080p cameras for you all and be able to control your mic audio independently, which I can put on fucking faders. Finally, it's going to fix everything. It's going to fix everything. I'm very excited.
That's one thing I'd love some advice on is some mic stuff because I have a
Makes you sound like shit. I'm just kidding.
What'd you say? Listen, I do though. Like I do. You guys, y'all's mic quality is so nice, but it's this apartment, this room especially. It's so echoey, and I even went out and shout out to Remy again. She sent me the link to this. I bought padding to soundproof this room, and I'm not allowed to tape anything in this apartment because my landlord said no. So I had to nail these bitches into the wall.
They're okay with nails and not with tape.
I didn't ask.
Tape will take paint
I
off
just
the wall.
literally
They
use
can-
thumbtacks for the
Yeah,
ones I have behind
thumbtacks.
here.
Yeah, but I don't know if there's any suggestions out there for having it not sound so echoey, or like
What's your floor situation?
wooden?
Carpet? It's wooden. Get a throw rug. Get a carpet.
Carpet can help.
Oh.
Books.
That's
Books.
a good idea.
Books can help. It looks like your mic is not very close to your face, unless your camera shot's way better angle than mine is. But getting the camera as close
It's pretty close, but not as close as y'all's.
Get it
Oh
within.
yeah, but what kind? Do you probably have a condenser mic, huh?
So I have an Elgato, a pretty nice mic, but it's
Wavelength?
Yes, I have a Wavelength. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is
Aren't those-
actually a very, very good mic. It is a condenser, which will pick up echoes a little harder especially in smaller spaces. But Wavelength's a good one. It's not like you sound bad by any means.
Yeah, it's okay.
But not as good as y'all.
I would say before you spend any money on anything, I would play with this. Like, record yourself in OBS. Pick your mic up, bring it really close to your mouth, like within like a baseball's distance. And don't worry about plosives or anything. Just worry about the general quality, and then turn the gain down as low as you can. And then talk and see if that impacts the echoing at all. If it doesn't, you're going to need insulating and padding, a lot of it. If it does, it could just be
it's
that
definitely part of it not being close to me. I know that the big issue is, so I actually got the Wavelength arm to go with it. So I do have a mic arm. This desk is massive. It's a big L-shaped desk.
Got it.
And I had problems angling it like at a good spot for me. So that's the issue, is like I might have to try to see if I can find a place to put it so I can have it like right here, but it's I don't know.
With that type of mic, it doesn't have to be that close. Like it'll help to be able to lower the gain to prevent echoes, but it's not the end of the world.
Right.
If it's a little bit off the type me and Thades are using, like you definitely want to be a little closer, because like the difference between this and this is probably a lot for you guys.
Yeah.
It changes everything. It's really bad.
Those mics are so nice. Those mics y'all have.
Well, Thades is yours is the SM7B, right?
It's the MV7, so it's the sister mic of that mic.
Oh, it's the MV7.
Yeah.
still
They're the
very,
same
very nice
mic, but this has USB, and I think the SM7B is just XLR. I used XLR on this mic, but yeah.
Yeah, SM7B is just but that's like the big boy mic.
Mm-hmm.
That's
it's
like
much
the
more expensive. Yeah,
fucking-
that's the $500.
The
less than
SM7B is crazy. Yeah. This mic was $99, baby.
Ooh.
And it is awesome.
Yeah, you don't need to drop this kind of
love
money.
my mic.
I was frustrated and didn't want to deal with fucking EQ anymore, and this does fix that problem.
Yep, that, and then I got essentially I'm running the same thing you are, ReviveMichael, but I just have the Wave XLR instead of but it has that same like app that comes with your mic that you can separate your audio and stuff.
That app is so great.
Which is super nice until they update it, and it makes every time they do an update, I have to redo all my audio sources on my computer, and now the buttons don't work with my Stream Deck.
Oh my god, dude.
Which is sick.
Yeah, Elgato. That's one thing too. These are really expensive. These are pretty expensive mics, and I don't even really use that software. I have it downloaded and I've experimented in it, but I don't use it to its full capability. And I feel like that's something I need to do.
Audio is the hardest part.
Yeah.
Audio is the hardest part.
The Rode Pod mic looks fucking incredible, and like the software that comes with it is like my dream come true. I'm so mad that like I want it, but I want the hard.
This one actually looks like.
It's hot. That's hot. But do you have the Rode mic? That's
the Rode Pod mic.
You got it. Oh my god,
that's my mic.
So good. Fuck, dude, I'm so jealous.
It's so great. It's so beautiful. But I like the way it looks cooler like this. But I feel like I do get a lot of plosives, and I think it's just like the way I talk. So I do hide it with the ASMR. So I do hide it with the windscreen. But I think it's worth it.
Like, how do I sound right here?
Much better.
Like, that's much better, right?
Yeah,
I'll just stream like this for the
podcast.
rest of the night. It's your boy,
Well, it's
Michael.
also because I
It's your
get to
boy.
see your eyes a little better.
Oh.
This is the
But
part of the
that's, and
stream.
I also have this pop filter that I got for free. So
let's go.
Took, yeah, I took it. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
So
I got it for free. I took it. I stole it. Okay.
It was my sister's office. They left their office because of COVID. They're all remote. So she's like, "You want this?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll take that. Thank you."
I absolutely do.
I don't know. I have to experiment because it goes over my keyboard and like it's just I don't know a good place to put it. My previous setup in my small little room was a lot better, but maybe I can do.
Oh, that's really good. Oh, dude, that's
Sounds
great.
great.
That was
It sounds
perfect.
Phenomenal.
Seriously.
You just see the way it's set up. It's
You get that closer to you, brother. I think you got it. I think it's gonna sound you went from like sounding like my mic's not as good as it could be to podcaster. That's all you got to do is get closer. It sounded really great.
Yeah.
I'm a podcaster now. Mom,
Yeah,
I'm a
it sounds like
podcaster.
incredible.
It was in
sounds
you
great.
all along.
Like,
All along.
yeah, fuck getting carpet, fuck anything else.
Just get closer to the
Okay, I'm gonna
get
figure this out. OBS
yeah.
and the mic. I promise. So for the rest of the night, I'm sorry, I'm gonna sound like shit, but other than that, I'll get on it. Thank you. Seriously, thank you.
Well, yeah, I
But
got
also,
you.
just because we had this conversation, don't feel like you have to do all of that right now
No.
or in the next day or two because
You're
it is
fine.
very
You're-
stressful and takes a lot of work.
Yeah, your stuff
And
is
if the
fine.
next time you do stream, it is not switched over yet, no one's gonna judge you.
No one's
I'm not gonna get kicked out of the group.
No.
You're
No, I'm
fucking
not gonna
yeah,
shadow
the
ban you
quality
from the
level
Discord.
that we expect in Thades Graben. I should have shoehorned my shit in there too. I couldn't get it.
Please, Robin. That's
Graby's.
good, though.
It's Graby's 10.
Oh, nice.
Graby's 10.
Graby's 10.
With the
Fucking
entertainment's
ultra
top
live.
notch. The community's just gravy.
Oh my God.
I don't know how this happened. I'm starting the music. Thank you everybody for being here tonight. We ranged topics everywhere. If you're gonna take anything with you tonight, take two things. One, take yourselves a follow to Revive Michael because he's absolutely dope. He will be back here, I promise you that.
Thank you.
And we will not do. Did I spell that
I
right?
had so much fun.
I didn't spell it right. Wait, why didn't it work? Go follow Revive Michael. He's
That's
really
okay.
great. Did my bot break?
Yeah.
My shit broke.
And
Follow
now-
me into Grawb's stream. Grawb will shout out Revive Michael with a functional bot, and you can follow him from there because his shit's not busted.
I just want to say thank you all again for having me on. I had so much fun, and it was so great speaking with the both of you. And yeah, don't fall into narcissists, my friends. Be confident, be yourselves, and come hang out with us.
Our brother, the honor is all
Yeah.
mine. Thank you for joining us. When's your next stream, Revive?
Probably Monday, the upcoming Monday. Yeah.
Monday. Do the follows. Check him out on
Yeah,
Monday.
and I stream at 9 p.m. Central Time. That's usually when I'm on. Sometimes I'm a little late, but that's usually my time.
Yeah, so if you're in Grawb's class, everybody, that's about the same time band. So there you go. Fill in your gaps.
Yeah. Yeah. I raid into Revive Michael quite often.
He does. He's very
Almost like whenever he's on.
But yeah, I'm super glad. Y'all were so nice. Thank you for all the shout outs and just inviting me here. I was a little nervous, but I'm so happy to be here. I had so much fun.
Oh my gosh. The second I saw you in here, I was nervous. I was like, oh my goodness. This is Revive Michael.
You knew it was
I
an
like that.
Inquisition. Are you ready? You look like you're live. I can see you now. Okay.
I am live.
We're doing it.
The show's not over, everybody. We're zooming out, but go to
live.
Michael. Click the link. Get out on the ads if there are ads. I love you. Keep bye. We're zooming out. Keep bye. Farewell. Keep bye. Keep bye. Farewell. Keep bye. Keep bye.
Bye. Thank you for having me. I'm going to hang up the Discord call. So my